Okay.
What's a duty bop?
I'm opening up preview to view the GIF order of operations of the pictures.
Every time you say that, all I can think about is peanut butter.
Yeah. GIF. I want to make sure I say it in a way that your fans don't get angry at me.
Well, what fans? I think we've got like Rob, maybe.
I don't know. He might find it very, aggravating if I don't say GIF right.
Well, then he'll
So
just
I want to
kill
make
you at the
sure.
next Among Us game. I mean, that's an easy fix.
Well, that happens anyway.
It's true.
I mean, I don't even have to be the imposter, and I get thrown off the ship.
I'm sorry. I said I was sorry. I apologize. I could have sworn I saw green.
I was like, where were you? The top. I wasn't at the top.
You were totally at the top. You just didn't know it.
It must have been. I was like, I don't know exactly where I was, but I was pretty sure I wasn't there.
Lies. Lies and slanderments.
Okay. Middle down, middle up. Middle down. Middle up.
Up, down, down.
Middle down.
I gotta go
And
post on Twitch, or not Twitch, Twitter. And let people know that the stream is starting. You know, the people who don't actually come to see it.
we come to see. What order did I put in? Okay, so I put in some different noises.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
How is your brain?
What?
Doing better.
Very good.
Excellent. We were very worried for your noggin.
And I figured it was probably due to that book. We need to get you a new book.
Yeah, we're gonna blame the book.
You had too much psychic damage. I'm almost done, GIF. I just have
It's disturbing. It's so disturbing.
It's not.
It's so disturbing, but I love it so much.
See here, I just gotta put things in order. Oh, we gotta do. Eureka. Goes here.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna poke Stacy. Because I haven't seen or respond to the Discords yet. Poke her and make sure she's okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I don't need to poke you.
Nope, I be here.
I was just like, it is time to poke Stacy.
It do be the time. We currently have an angry baby on our hands, as per usual this time of evening.
Do we ever not have an angry baby in our hands? Let's be real.
It would be nice.
Wouldn't it be nice if we could?
It would be. It really would.
But it's just not in the cards.
It's fine.
It's okay. One day.
It's not true.
Maybe.
It's fine.
That's cool. Kathy's trying to finish her gift gif, as she likes to call it. It's very disturbing. You're gonna love it so much.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh my god,
It just
it's
ended
so...
up being too big to put on Discord, so I have to make it a little smaller.
Oh.
That's what happened last time too, but
Yeah.
it doesn't take any of the content away though. It's just smaller, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
just have to re-put them in the pictures in order and then change the size. So it'll take me just a moment here.
I'm gonna pretend that I know exactly what you said. My children
I
are
think that would
yelling.
work.
My children are yelling at Sonic and Knuckles on the TV out there in the living room. I gave them sugar and told them not to open the door unless the house was burning down, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
How big is too big to put onto the Discord? Let me see.
I have no idea.
8 megabytes. Okay. Let's see. How big is this? It needs to be smaller. Okay.
Oh no. Well, we'll get started, and you can work on that, like, when you like. But we'll have it up there by the end of the session, I'm sure.
I think I'm almost done. What size is it now? Oh, perfect. 7.95 megabytes.
Perfect.
Oh hey, I
Are we
didn't
live?
notice that you'd done it, but you changed the background of Rooney's picture in the stat blocks there on our screen to the new Rooney. I did not notice that you did that. That is lovely. I've changed the picture in the stat block that shows up on our Twitch live stream.
Yeah.
So that you can see Rudy's new face in the picture.
Yeah. I fucking love it.
Wait, the gift set? The gift set?
Yeah.
Randomness and memes, it's so good.
God,
I
oh
like
god.
these.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yep. It's a pretty extensive one this time.
It's
Oh
so
my God.
good.
I love Size's clueless expression on like half of the slides. Like what? Too much? More glitter? I'll go ahead and save that to the Dragons of Ice Spire peak folder.
It's so good.
Oh man.
Also, when Donna Bella says, "Yes, Master Sives," she has a unicorn horn on the little head, the little smiley face.
I saw that. It's so cute.
Oh boy.
Too noticeable.
Oh boy, 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 oh boy.
Bonk.
Okay, let's see. Where is that? Rooney, Peter.
Phalanges.
Look, phalanges. That's my favorite part.
I love this. This is
So
wonderful.
proud of himself.
2 seconds. My husband's timer's going on.
Oh, that's right. There's multi-nicks.
Mm. There's a lot of nicks right now. How long does that last, by the way? Just
A minute.
okay. Well, then it's probably ending as we're coming back into this. Let me just get the new gift up there. Giffy boy.
Gif.
Gift
So
Jiffaroonie.
exciting.
Let's see.
I don't know if anybody else is sort of excited that we're coming into the game tonight, not immediately facing a monster.
Well,
I
we
mean,
don't
if we
know that.
move, if
Yeah, you
we
really-
move, it'll probably start. But
You really don't know that.
well, I mean, we didn't end last one with, and there was something in the bar in the pub, and then or there's a spider, or there's a dragon shadow, or now it's like everybody freeze, don't move.
It's Tremor's
As
rules.
Of right now, I
Tremor's
don't know if we're immediately in combat. I mean, we might in like 30 seconds, but
Oh, you sweet summer child.
Mm.
immediately in combat, I keep my nixes.
No. Nobody told you you're allowed to keep them nixes.
I get to keep them for a minute, so if we're still in combat, it's only been like 14 seconds.
Combat does apparently not take very much time.
Yeah, no, a minute is 10 rounds of combat. There we go. How's it look?
It looks great.
Ah.
Too noticeable.
Oh, hey, I can actually see your character here now that you've reloaded back in from last time. I love it. Now all we need to have an original picture up on the board is Ruby. Because Donnabella's got one that Nyx gave us. Rooney's got one that Sives gave us. Sives has one that Sives gave us. And Nyx has one that Nyx gave us. We just
What
need a
about
Ruby.
Nippy?
Oh yeah, Nippy. And Wessel, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Nippy, but it's not a very good Nippy.
Weasels are hard.
Not everybody. Yeah, weasels are hard to draw.
Oh, I know what may help. I know what may help.
Even the fucking demon eyes he had before I just made him
Just-
have anime eyes.
Just pretend you're not drawing a weasel, pretend you're drawing a furret.
I can't draw Pokemon either.
Oh man. Well, I'll get my son to draw Wessel the Weasel as a furret.
Yay!
Hell yeah, there you
I'll show him a weasel and I'll say, make it furret like. And we'll see what happens. He draws good Among Us character and good Pokemon as Among Us characters, so I'm sure he's up to the challenge.
Yeah. Your son is a pretty damn good artist. You better nurture that.
Fuck yeah, I will. I buy him art books whenever he runs out of one. I make sure he has high quality markers, not just the stupid Crayolas. He has his wonderfulness, and I make sure to make a big deal about his art and post it whenever possible.
sure that your son knows that tracing is okay as long as it's for practice, and don't let anybody ever tell you that references are bad.
Oh yeah, no, he knows
Mhm.
that. And
Good.
he also knows that you can't be perfect every time, and sketchbooks are specifically for practice. Perfection is not the goal, practice is the goal. A lesson that none of us artists will ever learn, no matter how many times that we say it to ourselves.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yep. So, everybody ready?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Babies contained for the moment?
Allegedly. The husband is in charge right now, so.
The husband was in charge last time and we still had an escapee.
Yeah, I'm hearing noises and he's not in here, so I'm thinking that they're probably having a moment in the room. But
Tell him
not
he
my
needs
problem, so.
tell him he needs to be a better warden, yo.
No, but for real, anyway.
Yeah.
He's great. No, I.
Nick is great. You know what he's the best at? Being an imposter and killing me.
He is very good at being imposter.
And killing us. But anywho,
Yeah.
when we left off last time, you guys made it to the logging camp after a harrowing bout with some spiders in the woods, which were trying to get the drop on you and failed because of Size's very nice perception check about 2 sessions ago. When you got here, you noticed that it seemed to be deserted, although there were several tents up, and the ruins of several cabins, which must have been there a couple years ago, and one fully built, very new-looking cabin that was over near the water, with a lot of logs just kind of stacked up, lying about, ready to get going, but not gone yet. And for some reason, even though this camp was supposed to be full of people, it wasn't. So you decided to head over to the campsite that had the tents and check it out, see what was going on. Maybe orcs attacked. You know how them orcs do. And as we stepped over there, some giant bugs, which we can still currently see dead on the screen, decided to pop up with their tremor sense and have at you. And everybody promptly had PSD from the old Tremors movies, but I swear I didn't get this from that because this is straight up from the book and not some shit that I made up. For once. So yeah. And oh yeah. Sives, I forgot, but as you can, anybody who is watching right now, see from the gift over there on the gift gif, over there on the left hand of the screen in our art box 2 that Kathy has created for us, or aka Nyx has created for us. Sives decided to make a spider arm.
Glorious.
Anybody who doesn't know, I am an arachnophobiac. I am scared to death of spiders. The only reason we had spiders last session is because I rolled dice and it said spiders. I'm taking spiders off the random encounter chart, just so you're aware. This is never happening again. I refuse. Oh man, Stacy, you still got that cough?
Yeah, it's a lot better now, and the rest of me is better now. It's just the remaining cough, and as I've said before, it's not the COVID, so at least it's that.
If it was the COVID, you would be in the hospital right now. By how long you've had that?
It's been a bit. It's been a bit now.
Yes. And you better be drinking some tea with honey.
I don't actually have any beverages in front of me. I might partake in some wine. It's been a long day.
Maybe you can partake in some wine-flavored tea with honey.
So,
Some warm mead. Some warm mead. You could get warm mead. It's very, very like Dungeons and Dragons-esque. It's what they would have drank in here in the game. And it's made with honey. It's fermented honey. It's fermented honey wine. Best served warm.
Cat's gone.
Oh no. Did we lose Nyx?
Sorry, I was trying to open something and all of a sudden my Safari went, no.
Oh.
This is why I have Chrome.
Safari said, you are not allowed to multitask at the moment. So.
Fuck your multitaskery.
Angry internets be angry.
So after these creatures spat a whole bunch of acid every which way at you, you managed to kill them without, for once, anybody falling unconscious, which is an extreme step up in the situation. Aren't you guys proud of yourselves?
And we ended up
Yay!
with more than we started with.
Yeah, which are now going away.
Oh.
Because it's been a whole minute since that enchantment happened because you've been out of combat. So one by one, with a very sad looking little twinkle, all of your nixes fade away. The good news is you can actually learn that as a spell later on, so you can cast it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And then have something else weird happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, sort of random question. If I had mirror imaged and then it mirror imaged me again,
Yes.
would there be 6 or would there be an exponential growth?
There would have been mirror images of you and then mirror images of each of your mirror images.
Exponential. Cool. Thanks.
And then if you did it again, mirror images of the mirror images of the mirror images.
And we'd have an army of nixes.
An intangible army of nixes.
What is a group of nixes called? Okay, let's look that one up.
An inferno.
Oh, I like it. An inferno of nixes.
It's either
a
that or
wild
a
magic.
caution of nixes.
A question.
Yes, yes.
Still in
No, that's terrible.
What?
initiative. Are we still in battle?
We are not still in battle. We are out of
Cool.
battle.
I'm gonna summon my floating disc then.
Okie dokie. You go ahead and you summon your floating disc.
And then
What?
I'm gonna stand on it because stuff comes out of the ground and it's scary.
Yeah, and now, with you being on your floating disc, you will not activate any onkegs because you're not touching the ground. What's everybody else doing? Playing statues?
Praying.
So have room for one more?
Rooney is not doing so hot after the barrage of acid that she received. last
Great.
time. So Rooney's just gonna lay down where she is.
Alright, Size is gonna float over to Rooney and pick Rooney up if she'll allow it.
She'll allow it.
And then Size is gonna float Rooney all the way over to Nippy and say, "Here, do you think you could do something?"
Where is Nippy?
I'm not sure. Right behind.
Yeah, he's not far.
Literally 2 feet away.
Oh yeah, there he is. I should just look for
Oh.
Lil. Wherever Lil is where Nibby should be.
Sorry.
I'm
one second.
trying to remember. I don't know if Nibby has any
Spells?
spells left.
I
have to
think
take a
you didn't use any last round on Nippy.
I used one healing on on Rooney, I think.
Yeah.
I think
Wait,
it
didn't
was
you
just
use
the
that?
one.
Yeah, didn't you use that after combat had ended? So
Right. I think I
Da-da-da.
used one and I did not do too much help there, so I apologize.
Actually, I don't see the rolling for it. I'm
Nibby
paging
cured
back.
Rooney for 5.
Where is it? I don't see it.
It
The
was
last.
around the time where Nyx tried to feed a man. No, maybe that was after spiders.
I think that was after spiders.
Let me see. Let me just take a look. Let's see here, because I think he did.
Yeah, because the last
some sacred flames. Let's see here.
Sacred Flame's a cantrip.
And did a boop for one. A boop of radiance of 1.
Yeah. Sacred Flames are cantrips, though. You don't use spell slots for cantrips.
Yeah, so I think maybe he didn't do any.
Yeah, I don't think you did any spells. You used that one at the beginning of the. Well, you used that one after the spiders to heal Rooney, but you guys went back to sleep, so you had a full rest and you got all your spell slots back. You didn't use any healing last round because the last spell that you cast was a firebolt, which would have still been in combat.
All right, then cure wounds. Woo.
Thank
Woo!
you. Thank
You
you.
rolled a 1 plus 4. Oh my god.
Yeah, Nibby's not doing too hot with the spells at the moment.
There's been a
That's
lot
okay.
of bugs lately. It's just a lot of bugs.
Nyx
Speaking
is. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
speaking of which, Ruby's gonna cautiously step onto this log and just stay there.
Nyx would probably recommend that maybe Sives just kind of, maybe one by one, if possible, take everybody back to like the ox, because it seemed like they were saved by the ox.
Good idea, my dear. I'll work on that right now.
We did, but I would feel bad if we didn't check out that cabin
Right.
to make sure there's nobody up there. If
Well-
we all kind of go back to the ox, then don't move, and then Sives floats over to the cabin, then at least we could check and see if there's anyone in there.
Right. Now, question about Nyx's ability to use message. Because it said she can go in a certain, like, in a direction, like point in the direction of someone. And I could notice there's windows and stuff, and it says that like wood and stone and stuff like that could potentially block it. If she did it like through like a window in the general direction of the house, is it possible that she might be able to see, like, talk to somebody if they're inside?
Maybe. What's the distance on it?
I think it's 120 feet. Let me double check. Oh, I have it on roll 20. I don't need to bring it up on the other thing. No, maybe probably be better. Message 120 feet. So you put your finger towards a creature within range, 120 feet, whisper a message. The target hears the message and will comply in a whisper that only you can hear. It could go through solid objects if you're familiar with the target or know it's beyond the barrier. Magical silence, a foot of stone, 1 inch of metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood blocks of the spell. A spell doesn't have to follow a straight line. It can travel freely around corners or through openings. So if I think someone's in there,
Yes.
I can.
You are familiar. Yeah. You are familiar with Sives, and you can aim it at the open window while thinking about Sives. Well, it's not an open window, but it's a window. You can aim it at the window while you're thinking about Sives, and it would slip past the window and into Sives' brain.
Gotcha.
Alternatively, if Sives remembers that they have them, you guys did receive some sending stones. They are in your big bag. Bag. There's only there's only 3 of them, but you did receive sending stones.
Oh.
Because there were 4, but what's his face took one of them.
Do I know what a sending stone is? Did I miss that?
They were explained to us when we got them.
She wasn't there for that though. You got those back with the gnomes.
Right. I completely don't remember this.
Yes. No. This was before even Rooney joined the party, back when it was just Sives, Donna, Ruby, and Goldrak. They saved a bunch of gnomes from a mimic, and as a present, the gnomes gave them a couple of gifts, but the most important of which were 4 sending stones.
What is a sending stone?
It's basically
death message.
Yeah, but eternal message. Forever. Connected to the other stones. There are 4 stones that they were given, but you've only got 3 because Goldrak has one of them. Sives has been keeping the others in his bag because Ruby thinks that she'll lose hers, so she didn't want to carry it around. And Donna Bella's too busy writing notes, so Sives was hanging on to the other 3 in his bag. So Sives could potentially give one each to Rooney and Nyx if he remembers that they're there.
Are they like cell phones?
Basically, magical cell phones. But you can't just contact anybody with the sending stone. They are made together, very specifically, only to link up. They're more like walkie-talkies than cell phones. And they only work within a certain distance of one another, which I believe is 500 feet.
Next question. I was like, so Goldrak's gonna see whatever it is that we write on these stones?
Oh, you don't write, you talk. They're not texting stones. They're sending stones.
but
Yeah.
only within 500 feet. So
Yeah, he's very far away. He is way more than 500 feet.
and you said that they're connected to each other, so they're like on the same frequency, but they
Yes.
wouldn't be connected to a frequency of someone else's sending stone.
That is correct. And it would take a very high
Okay.
level of divination to bust into them and figure out what y'all are saying to each other. Which I don't think kegs are that level of divination.
Well, we don't know. They could be here because, they have a master keg, like the master rat that was on top of the tower.
Let's
that
stop
we-
giving ideas.
Yeah, it never goes well for you guys. I mean, Jesus, it's like you want to die.
Aaron's over here like, don't worry, guys. I'm making my own D&D thing next campaign we're going to have.
Oh, babe, you don't even understand. I've got the Creature Codex and the Tome of Beasts 1 and 2, and they've got a whole bunch of monsters even normal Dungeons and Dragons doesn't have. Do you know what a keg dragon is? Because I
don't know
do.
what any of this is.
It has to do with food.
Yeah, he's
It's a
actually a
beer
pretty nice
dragon.
little guy. He's a dragon who hangs out in taverns and basically just like blesses the taverns. There's also a bloody steam dragon apparently who hangs out in bathhouses and is extremely friendly as well and just heats the bathhouses like all the time.
We have those kind of dragons. We got the moody teenager dragons.
I'd much rather have a nice steam sauna and a beer,
Well, then I guess the next campaign we do, if Delectia isn't ready yet, it will be Ghost of Saltmarsh because I built a bathhouse into that town even though it didn't have one. So yeah. Hot Springs episode. But anywho, back to the current problem at hand. What are you guys doing? Sives and Rooney are currently on a disc. Nippy just healed them. Ruby's standing on a log. What is everyone doing?
All right. We moving everybody towards Oxfriend?
that system. We did determine that as long as we walk where we have already been, we're fine, right?
Currently you are, yes.
But what if they move underground?
Well, fine.
It seems like that is what they were doing. In fact, I
Yeah.
believe one of you rolled a really high nature check on your last time here while you were trying to figure out what they were, and you know that they can move underground. They actually burrow pretty darn good.
Okay. Rooney is gonna signal for Wessel to stay where he is, and I guess she's already on the disc. So, Sives, would you like to move me first?
Nope. Okay.
Sives?
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Sives was too
Would-
busy
would-
admiring their own spider arm.
Totally fair. While the spider arm is terrifying, could you also take me to Oxfriend? And then I think we're gonna move everybody else one by one back to Oxfriend.
Yes, of course. Essentially, while everybody's discussing things, Size is just bringing everybody one by one to Oxfriend. It's a veritably slow process, but it's going.
Alrighty. So you have no problem bringing Rooney, Nippy, and Donna to Oxfriend. Those three are no issue whatsoever because they're
okay,
small
I'll put
and they're
myself back.
lightweight. But when you get to Nyx, Ruby, and Wessel the Weasel, those guys are quite heavy. And how big is your desk?
Good question. Let me open my character sheet, which I forget to do every single time we have a game.
I think it's like 5 by 5 feet.
It'll be a Titanic thing where it's like, just go. Let me go.
I'll never
Okay.
let go.
Spell creates a
And
circular
everybody will fit
horizontal
on the door.
force 3 feet in diameter and 1 inch thick that floats 3 feet above the ground in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. The disc remains for the duration and can hold up to 500 pounds. If more weight is placed on it, the spell ends and everything on the disc falls to the ground.
Okay. Well, it could definitely hold the weight of Nyx and Wessel, no problem. Ruby, she's about 250 with armor. What are you back in, Sives, as far as weight goes?
Size is
I'm assuming it's less than 250.
146.
There you go. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So the real question is, will the two of you fit on a disc together?
So I have a proposition. Given that Size has Misty Step, that only works for Sives, Sives goes up to Nyx and says, "Here," and then Sives steps off the disc and gestures for Nyx to step on. Take this to safety, and take this to take Wessel with you, I should say. And I will get myself to safety. And should I move too far from the disc, then it will follow me automatically, so not to worry about that.
All right. So you step off the disc and you
Gently.
and you let Nyx get on the disc, and she floats over and gets Wessel on the disc with her, which is doable. Wessel's big, but him and Nyx on a disc together would probably work out okay. He can curl around her. You're good. Nyx and Wessel, though, since you're not really used to the disc and Sives isn't on there piloting like he was with the other three, please roll dexterity checks.
Fear. Nothing but fear.
I mean, there's not that far to fall, even if you fail, so.
True, but there's things that can hear us fall.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what the issue
And
lies.
throw acid at us.
Oh, look at that.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a
Wait
minute.
a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you did a save, Kat.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, did I do save?
Yeah, you gotta do a
Oh,
check.
I'm sorry. A check. Wait a
Okay.
minute. Wait a minute now.
What are we waiting for?
I can gain an advantage on one attack, save throw, or ability check per day.
From what?
For being I don't know, a sorcerer or tiefling or something.
Okay. So a 14 then? Okay. Yeah, you pass. It's kind of wobbly, but you both manage to sort of surf balance on this with Wessel wrapped around you and you just trying very much not to move your feet so you don't trip over a Wessel, and you guys are floated over to the group. There you go. And then that just leaves Ruby, who's standing on a log.
So how do we get Ruby?
Well, are you able to direct the disc, Sives, or does it just kind of just hover there?
Let me refer to the sheet. I always get confused on that. The disc is immobile while you're within 20 feet of it. If you move more than 20 feet away from the disc follows you so that it remains within 20 feet of you. Okay, so
somebody has to be on the disc to make it move.
So in that case, Sives is going to Misty Step over to the disc.
Alright, you Misty Step over to the disc. You float.
Which is where again? I forget.
Say what?
Where's the disc again? I forget.
Oh, the disc ended up next to the ox because they just floated it over there.
Yes. So Sives Misty steps over there, coalesces back into a Sives, and then climbs up onto the disc.
And then
says, right. Time to go get Ruby.
Alright, and you float over to Ruby on the disc, and now you're faced with the same kind of issue. Ruby might be shorter than the other two, which takes up a lot of shoulder space, so it's only going to be one person on that.
If you take it over to Ruby and Ruby gets on, if you Misty Step to the group, would that bring it with you? Because it says if you move 20 feet away, it follows you. Does that logically make sense?
Yes.
It does, yes.
Okay.
It also depends on how much I don't think I have 2 level spell slots. Because Misty Step is a level 2 spell slot, and I think I only had one left to make the Misty Step over to the group.
That is 100% accurate because you used one last battle.
I copy.
Yeah, so I can't do that. So,
you
now,
could potentially try to be a circ
have an
sact instead. Oh, go for it. It's your
idea. So Sives goes over and is gonna try to pick Ruby up bridal style.
All right, roll me a strength check.
It's not gonna work out, but we're gonna try.
Probably not. I mean, armor, 250 pounds. You're gonna probably need like a 20.
You know what?
20.
Arm now.
20.
I was gonna say the reverse is she could hold him bridal style.
I mean, that would probably be easy. I'll still need to roll a strength check, but it's advantage with her, so. All right.
I found the strength
with a -1.
Almost, yeah. You managed to pick her up and get her on there. It's less bridal style than it is knee knocking.
Struggling.
Yeah, half over your shoulder style. She's kind of looking at you weird. She's, I sure we shouldn't do it up. All right then. And so you see Sives just like straining, and the disc wobble floats its way back to the group.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gold.
And yeah, so Sives is gonna go ahead and bring her over.
Yep. Sives does that.
And then once they get there, Sives falls off the disc and
When Sives falls off the disc, Ruby gently picks them up and lays them over her shoulder and pats their back. It's all right now. It's all right.
I almost lost my arm again.
I know.
You've got a spider arm!
That gives him the strength of...
Oh, man, should have just undone the ties on the spider arm and let all 8 legs carry her. Oh my god, that would have been terrible. I hate that. Why did I say that? Oh my god. Oh, no. I need to put a trigger warning on this when I post it on YouTube. Trigger warning for arachnophobiacs. I'm making myself very uncomfortable. I hate this so much. Anywho. There's 3 dead onkegs. You haven't explored any of the tents that are scattered about or the large building. There are 2 sets of tents which you can easily see from where you are. The first one was where you met the onkegs. The second one is over here closer to the water line. And then, of course, there's the cabin up here on the hill. There's also the cabin over here where Sives did very faintly feel some kind of arcane tingle in that area. And there's also 2 wrecked cabins up here on these hills. What you want to do?
Well, Sives, I think we're going to have to leave it up to you to explore. Where would you like to start?
Go on, Sives. You're expandable.
Oh, you have the Disky boy.
Yes, well,
come with you.
I'm feeling
better.
Whoever is the lightest among us should go.
I don't know who's the lightest.
Well, if the disc gets more than 20 feet from Sives, it will disappear. So, Sives would have to go with the disc and the other person in order to make it all the way to any of the structures that I just mentioned.
I think Sives is saying that they want somebody else to come with them than whoever the lightest person is.
Lightest person is probably Rooney, honestly.
Yay, I'm coming! Alright, where do you want to start? Big cabin up yonder? Or did you want to explore the tents that we just almost died at? Or the ones closer to the water? Or did you want to check out some of these ruins to see if there's any hints or anything there? Am I muted?
You're not muted. We heard you. I think Sives is thinking, though. Sives, are you thinking? Maybe Sives is muted.
Sives might be muted.
Sives, are you muted?
I was muted, yes. Haha!
I was like, I can keep talking, but I feel like I've been doing it for a little while.
Sives is on push to talk and forgot.
Yep. So, Sives, I guess gestures for Rooney because lightest, smallest.
Mm-hmm.
And then, goes up on the disc and then they're going to float off towards town. And check for survivors and possibly put Rooney on a roof.
Okay. Are we checking the cabin first?
Yes.
Or do you want to check one of the tent sets first?
Sives, you're either thinking...
Sives will let Rooney direct.
Okay.
All right. Well, Rooney has been enthralled by this cabin for a while, so if you don't mind, I think we should start there. It's the one thing we can't really hear through or see through quite yet. I would like to see if there's anybody in there.
Alrighty. So, I'm guessing Sives floats y'all on over there. If you're talking, Sives, we can't hear it.
Yes, we float over there. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry.
You should turn off push to talk and just put it on voice activity. I don't care.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't care if dragons roll by. It's part of the fun.
I like the random dragons.
I like the random dragons. It brings flavor.
Flavor. It's the growl of an onkeg.
Do onkegs growl? I think they more hiss rattle, like those hissing cockroaches from Morocco.
Terrifying.
Very terrifying.
I can't tell. Is this a door here?
Yes, that is indeed a door. Is Sives now on normal voice activity or still on push to talk?
No, I'm still on push to talk. My mom's watching a movie.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, if you hear me talking while you're talking at any point, it means that we can't hear you.
Yes, gotcha.
Alrighty. So you guys float on over to the door.
Right,
All right.
well, I'll let you off here at the door. I could bring you up to the roof as well if you wanted.
Well.
You don't suppose they can break through floorboards, do you?
They probably can. I think Rooney's the one who rolled the really high nature check, but Stacy doesn't know the answer to that.
Well, onkegs do shoot acid. It stands to reason that they could probably weaken floorboards enough to bust through, but it might take a minute or so.
Copy. The longer we can remain floating, probably the better. Could we fit this through the door?
If the doorway is 3 feet wide, then yes.
I don't think it is. We can float around, see if we can see anything through the windows before we attempt to go in, just in case.
Quite so. Let's do that then.
Okay.
And to which Sive starts to float around the house. Slowly enough that they can see.
Okay, and Rooney's gonna perception into the house.
Oh, you're percepting good.
Dang, yeah, you are.
Rooney can see through the walls.
Alright. So you peer into the window, and what you see looks kind of like a common room. There's a couple of tables with long benches next to them in the middle of the room itself. And along the walls near the window where you're looking in, you see several rows of equipment, things like axes, harnesses, and the whatnot. It seems the room you're looking into is probably some sort of mess hall, meeting room / like storage room. It's really the only standing structure that's kind of on the property, so it stands to reason that this is where people store things that just being intense might make them messed up. And also, if when it's cold, probably come in here to get warm and stuff in wintertime, since it you can see the chimney that's above it, and it's the only place that has a chimney when being closed and warm.
but I don't see any people.
You do not currently see any people, but you do see a door directly across from you that probably leads to a different part of the building.
Oh, I had an idea too.
Yeah, what's up?
Side's gonna call their falcon over to look in the upper windows.
All right.
I forgot I had a falcon somewhere.
You sure do. So you call your falcon over, and your falcon looks. There's no upper windows because it's only one story. But it does have a couple other windows. They look in this window first, and it communicates to you that it can see like a kind of chimney / cookery area here. Where it's a very large hearth with a very large stone block in it with lots of equipment that could be used to like roast large animals if need be, or to there's what looks like a giant cast iron barrel that probably has water in it, and like there's a couple of foodstuffs kind of stored around here. He looks in the other window over here, and he can see basically the same thing, but from the opposite direction, and you actually see him as he's seeing you. It's very surreal. You have migraine. And,
Wave to each other.
Say what?
They wave to each other.
Well, Falcon can't wave or he'll fall, but, they mentally wave to each other. They nod, knowingly.
Yeah, it's like a sup nod, the little up nod. So.
And then the falcon flies over here and looks in this window, and in this window, he can see a man who is currently huddled up against this wall right here, and there is a bed and a desk and what looks like it might have once been a chest of drawers all pushed up against this door, kind of barricading himself in. There's also several sacks of food and what looks like a barrel of water, and he appears to be sitting as still as possible on top of a couple of sacks of what might be grain, maybe. They look like they're very full sacks, and he's just kind of huddled on top of them, just not moving as much as possible.
Right. Well, of course, Sides will relay all this, and there appears to be a man huddled in the window across the way, so let's make our way over there, and given I have a spider arm, I'll let you talk to him so I don't terrify.
Fine, I'm small and not threatening.
Exactly!
We go this way? Or do they want to go the other way?
The door's right here.
Well, can we go to the window?
Sure. Sives floating you over to the window?
Sives, can you float me over to this window?
Yes.
I just feel like it might be easier to talk to him through the window rather than stir up any fears by the barricaded door.
True enough.
All right. So you float over to the window, and you see exactly what Sives' hawk was seeing. You see a very huddled man there who seems like he's very unshaven, unkept. He's got long hair and what used to probably be a very nice mustache goatee kind of deal, which looks like it hasn't been washed in a few days. He's wearing what look like decently expensive clothes, but they're clearly used for work as well. So they're expensive, but they're also hardy. They will last a long time, but they have not been washed in several days. And you can see patches of sweat stains under his arms and along other curvatures of his body where such is applicable. And there's also a bucket over in the complete opposite corner of the room, which you are not going to ever want to look at again. But anywho, yeah, that's what you see when you peer in the window.
Okay. Does the man look at me?
He currently isn't looking at anything at all. He's got his chin resting on his knees. He's got his arms wrapped around said knees, and he's just huddled on top of what looks like a bunch of sacks that are stuffed with something. Might be grain, might be something else.
Okay. So Rooney's going to lightly tap on the window and say, "Excuse me." I understand. Hello.
Don't do that.
Well, there's critters about, and they're not very nice. And
No, they're not. They're not at all. They're not at all nice. Oh my god. How are you alive?
So my name is Rooney, and I am a gnome. I'm from the woods here. This is Master Sives. He's an elf. And I kind of point next to me and lean down. And
Hi.
he has this magic disc where we're not actually touching the ground. The critters can only sense things moving on the ground, so
Yes, we've come to rescue you.
But look,
Have fun.
we found you. We were hoping we would find someone because the camp looked rather empty. But are you okay? Would you be able to get to the window? Does this window open? Would it be big enough to let a person out of it?
Make a perception check.
My 20 doesn't work anymore.
Your 20 was on the other room.
Aww.
I fed you all this information about this room without rolling a perception with his hawk. So you look at the window. You're still in your favored terrain, so I'm gonna let you take the 15. You look at the window, and you can tell, even though he looks like he might be a little bit malnourished and thinner than he was, the only person who could fit through this window is you and maybe Donna Bella, and that would really be a stretch.
All right, sir. Well, I don't think we're gonna get you out this way. Will you be okay if we come through the other way, through the doors?
I'll be all right, but you need to be careful. I heard things under the cabin.
Well, we just took out 3 of them over by some tents, so we're gonna we'll come back. We'll be back. We'll be back.
Okay.
You hang tight. You stay safe.
Okay.
We'll be back. And
Great.
I never want to talk about that bucket. That's everything.
He doesn't want to talk about the bucket either, and nobody wants to discuss that bucket ever again.
Not a good bucket. Not anymore.
Nope.
It once was in its prime. It is not there anymore.
Nope.
All right. And then Sives, we should just go slightly out of the way here and come up with a plan.
Yes, I dare say we should do that. Yes, let's where would you like to go?
Quiz alert, Sives. How long does your disc last for?
Indefinitely until I end the spell, or I go out of range of it, or I put too much weight on it.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't have a time limit.
Oh, good.
Gorgeous. Woo!
Woo!
Yay! So, that window is way too small. We're not going to be able to get him out that window. I could probably get in it. Maybe Donna Bella could get through it. But that's probably the only way that we're getting into that room that way. That means that we have to get through the building, through the front door, through the door that he has barricaded in that room in order to get him back out. And we can't take the disc through the door because the door is too narrow. Should you drop me off here and then go collect some others? Or should we just go in, me and you?
I'm taking this moment to remind Sives that they're on push to talk, so if they're talking, I can't hear you. Sives?
Sorry, I'm here.
It's okay. Did you hear me?
Maybe.
I don't think they're really here.
I'm here. I promise. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's very Sives-centric. I feel bad making you talk.
That's okay.
Sives is just kind of out of sorts from all of that acid.
Admiring my spider arm.
Oh god. Oh, it's so beautiful and bristly.
Sives looks up all of a sudden like, huh? What? I'm sorry, what did you say?
So, oh god.
That's a question that needs to be found out in the moment.
Alright. I was just trying to get your opinion. There's no way that we're gonna get that guy out of the window there. We're gonna have to go in through the doors. So we have to get through the front door, through the house, through the barricaded door, and get him back out without killing all of us.
Right.
Right. Should you drop me off and go collect someone else, or should we both just go in? I would like some. I think I might prefer some assistance here, but once my feet touch that ground, we don't know how many we're stirring.
Yes, that is true. Well, yes, I'll drop you off here, and I would say dash for the stairs in case they do break through floorboards. We still don't know that question, and I'll be back.
I think this is a single story, but I'll do my best.
Right.
To stay.
No stairs. Right.
To step gently.
So where you are, actually, there's a giant pile of logs underneath an awning. The awning is that little dotted dashy line you see there. It's just like a cloth awning. But it's a giant pile of logs. Stand on the giant pile of logs while Sives goes over there if it would help.
I will stand on the giant pile of logs if you wanted to come back with help.
You know what? That's fair. That's fine. Okay, off I go. Have fun.
If I may request, I would request at least a Nyx, possibly a Nyx and a Donabella. Nippy, we need to keep safe because we will need to probably heal, and
of course.
And that was quite the trick we had to do to get Ruby to and fro with the
Indeed.
so, and if maybe we could get a Wessel. He's quite the mauler now.
Well, I dare say I will try to get Wessel over first onto your log pile, and then I'll try Phoenix. How about that?
Sounds lovely. Thank you.
Alrighty, here I go.
All right.
And then Sives goes back.
Sives floaty floats over. Picks up a Wessel. No harm, no foul. Wessel curls up around his feet. Floats
I'm guessing that they kind of say what's going on over at the cabin.
Yes.
Yes. How exactly does that conversation go? You should probably RP that out.
Yes. So, while loading up a Wessel, Sives points at the building and says, "Well, there's a very frightened man in there who screams like a little girl when you tap on the window. We've alerted him. We're trying to rescue him, but he's also too fat for the window. So, I'm bringing people over, and we're going to try to get him out as a group. Have fun?"
Well, Cat/Nyx just wants to clarify, are all windows the same size on all sides of the building?
I was not paying attention.
Cat and Nyx would not know that answer, but
okay.
Sives, your bird looked in all of the windows and they all seemed to be the same size.
And Nyx is also going to ask, because he said that did he say you can't take the disc through the door?
Yes.
Is it possible for the guy to run out and jump on the disc and float away?
That's a good question. You know what? I'll ask him. Be right back.
Do you still float Wessel over while you go?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Wessel is floated over.
Wessel,
Because Nyx is like, instead of putting everybody in the house, maybe we could just get the guy out of the house.
That's fair. I was like, well, can't get him out a window. Guess we're busting this thing down.
Ruby's just brushing an ox while all this goes on, feeding him some oats. Getting some brambles out of his fur.
So, Size says as they unload Wessel up onto the log pile, Nyx brought up a very good question. Why don't we just have the man come to the door and jump onto the disc instead of trying to fit his fat ass through a window? I don't know if he's actually fat. I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, I assume. Unless the windows are tiny. Anyway, I digress. Why did we get him onto the disc through the door?
The windows are tiny.
Yes, good for clarification.
You can, yep, you can ask him through the window if you'd like. I'm sure he'll be just as frightened as he was the first time.
I am on it. And then Sides goes around and comes up to the window and rather than tap on it, Sides just calls, "Hello, Scary Pants Man. I'm here to rescue you, but you need to come to the front door."
I can't go out there. There's something under the floorboards.
Well, yes, but it's hardwood, so maybe it won't be able to break through, you know?
Have you seen those things? They spit acid.
I have, and they do.
I'm not coming out of this room until you can show me it's safe over there.
Did he hear a lot of things, or just like one or two things?
He doesn't know.
Right, so
he heard something, and he doesn't want to come out because he's seen what happens to people.
Okay.
Actually, no, you know what? Sives is going to open the window.
Sives opens the window.
Rooney's going to call to Sives and say, "Does he know if there's anyone else?"
Sives is going to pull off one of their boots.
Sives pulls off his boot.
Sives is going to throw the boot in through the window onto the floor.
Sives throws the boot in through the window onto the floor of this man's room. It thumps. Thumps. Nothing happens.
Sives crosses their arms and waits, staring at the man.
The man points to the barricaded door and says, "I heard it out there."
Ah, well, thank you for clarifying after I lost my shoe. Lost my shoe.
He kind of looks at the shoe, and you can see the clear fear written across his face. He doesn't really want to leave his palette of things, but then you see him grab next to him what looks like a very long stick, and he reaches out with the long stick, and it takes him a couple of tries, but he manages to get it inside the open part of the boot, and he lifts it up, and he kind of reaches out, and the boot is almost to the window where you might be able to grab it if you reached in.
Well, thank you for that. You're very textile, aren't you? No, that's cloth. You're very tactile, aren't you?
Man, please just get me out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. I never wanted to be here in the first place. My brother's the one who convinced me to come manage the stupid place. Please just get me out of here.
Understandably, family duties and all that, Sive says, rambling on as they go back to the front door.
Could we get him to move the barricade?
Sives hears this as they come over to Rooney. Goes back.
You said you were headed towards the front door. You gotta pass me on the way.
All right.
Damn it.
Comes back.
Goes back, leans ahead in. Hello, sir. Could you perhaps remove the barricade? We can't get him from the outside without you doing that.
After you can show me that it's safe. When I hear you knocking on the door, I will take the stuff down.
Oh, all right. I can do that. And then Size goes back to the front door. He's a coward. We're not getting in until we open the front, until we knock on the door from the other side.
All right, let's get some backup.
This is the front door, yes?
This right here is the front door.
Are we still getting? We're still getting like Nyx and Donabella, right?
Yes.
And are you going to update us on the recent occurrences in the house?
Yes. So Size updates that so the man refuses to come to the front door because he is a coward. And refuses to remove the barricades. He says he won't go to the front door until he can prove that there's nothing out there. Under the floorboards, he says. And fact of the matter is, he will not remove the barricades until we can knock on the door from the other side. Only then he'll be when they come out.
So to Donabella and says, "Does your sleep spell work through a floor?"
I think I have to be able to see them, I don't know. I've never tried. I can try.
Also, Nyx thinks in her head and doesn't say this out loud, but I wanted to share it with the group. What she was thinking is Mage Hand can knock on a door and we don't have to be inside.
That's what I was thinking.
She doesn't say that out loud because she's afraid Sives might actually do that.
That's what I was gonna do anyway, but I don't have Mage Hand anymore.
Because you have Spider Hand now. You don't have Mage Hand.
Oh my god, no.
Yep.
All I could imagine was the spectral spider floating through the air to whap onto the door, all legs splayed out and mandibles dripping. Please no. Please fucking no.
It's just like Thing just kind of crawling across the floor.
No.
Ugh.
I mean, Rooney still has her minor illusion cantrip, which can make sounds.
Good point too.
So, we have lots of options as far as tricking this man to open the door.
I think somebody has thaumaturgy too, don't they?
Yeah, I
so,
do. Yeah.
All right.
Right. So after updating them, Sives will.
Sives will go silent.
No, sorry. Let's see. Sives will try to bring Nyx over first, and given there's not a lot of standing space, but there definitely is the carry weight, one of them will be doing piggyback.
Well,
The question is who?
Who wants to roll the strength check?
Can they both roll a strength check and just whoever wins goes?
No, we gotta establish who's trying to piggyback who, and the person who's trying to piggyback the other person, the person who's doing the holding rolls the strength check. They can't both try to piggyback each other at the same time, because they'll just fall down.
I was thinking more like a rock, paper, scissors deal, but...
No, that would imply that they knew the outcome beforehand.
Copy.
And I don't think...
We're having two very squishy people try to carry each other.
Now, if we're honest, Nyx is probably heavier than Sives. So, Nyx wouldn't have to roll as high as Sives would have to roll to do carrying.
Yeah.
Still not enough. Nyx, you feel like you may have almost dislocated a shoulder.
Can they lay on it?
It's only 3 foot.
Ooh. No, that's a good point.
I mean, that's like torso.
Alright, yeah, alright. If you lay one on top of the other, then you just have to roll a dexterity check to be able to not fall off as you're floating. And you see, like, 2 cats perched atop a Roomba as Sives and Nyx come floating up to the cabin with Nyx, like, on top of Sives, kind of spread eagle, hugging onto the edges of the disc as best she can to not fall off.
And not looking very happy about it.
Nyx has grumpy cat face.
That's what they do. They go over there. They
Oh.
roll just like that. And it's like, Rudy, look what we can do.
Oh, this is quite the sight. Welcome to the woodpile, Nyx. I think once we get the last backup person over here, we should all just jump down and rush as hard as we can through to try and get the man.
Well, I think before we jump down and rush, we should see if Donna can cast her sleep through the door into that area in the house. And hopefully maybe that'll make some of them go to sleep. If there's
That's
any
a good
other
idea.
forwards.
I like that. That's a good idea. See, magic is scary. I don't know any of them.
Well, Nyx just has seen Donna do some sleep spells and is like, hopefully it works.
It's a pretty good hope.
And also, while Sives is floating to go get Donna
tries to mage hand the front door, to see if it's open.
Ooh.
All right.
So that way we don't have to, like, explode the door and make noise.
So you cast Mage Hand at the front door, and it jiggles the knob, but it does appear to be locked. And, Sives, you're floating down to get Donabella?
Yep.
All right. You float down to fetch a Donabella, and, Ruby doesn't really look very comfortable being left behind, but she also doesn't want to walk on the ground and attract more of those things. You'll have to be very careful, you hear?
I'll be right back for you, darling.
All right, then. Dives. Whoop.
Goes all the way down. Goes all the way back.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Woodpile's getting crowded.
Yeah.
Welcome to the woodpile, Donabella.
As Donabella steps onto the woodpile, everybody needs to roll a dexterity check.
Except for Sives, because I'm still on the disc.
Yep, except for Sives. Alright, Rudy, you're perfectly fine. Cat, you wibble wobble a little bit as the logs shift a bit underneath of you, but you're perfectly a-okay. Wessel needs to roll 2.
Wessel rolled a 15.
Did he? Did I miss it?
Rooney got a 22.
Oh, there we go.
13.
I must have clicked away as you were doing it.
Good.
Oh, Donabella.
Bella.
Donabella, who is the one who jumped onto the woodpile and set off this chain reaction, kind of goes ass over tea kettle down the logs, thumpity bumpity bum, and lands on her butt on the ground, and then just freezes, eyes wide. Somebody pick me up! Somebody pick me up! Somebody pick me up! I don't want to die.
Guys, put her back on the disc.
Wait, what?
Put her back on the disc.
Donabella has just fell off the log pile.
Sives goes over and picks Donabella up. There, my dear. It's all right.
You scoop Donabella up, and she carefully gets back onto the log pile, rolling another dexterity check. Everybody else is good with what they rolled.
Well,
Oh my god, Donabella!
Donabella!
I was actually going to ask if they could go over to a window and see if she could do sleep through a window if the door's locked.
Remember, she might fit through a window.
True that.
She might.
I said might.
A might.
She would also potentially fall through the window
It's
at
true.
this point.
What were you saying, Sives?
It's also a matter of if she puts him to sleep, he can't remove the barricade or unlock the door.
I think they were thinking put things to sleep that may potentially be under the floorboards.
Under the ground. Under the ground.
That's a good point. Okay.
She's not sure if she can do that or not, but she said she could try. I'm not even sure.
It says creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range are affected in ascending order of current hit points.
Yeah.
So, it might work. It depends on their hit points.
They got a lot of health, though.
Yeah.
They got so much health.
Yeah, but she can roll 5d8. That's a grand total maximum of 40 hit points she might be able to affect. That's pretty good. If she could cast at 2nd level, then she could do it higher than that. God, she can't do that yet.
True that, because he keeps trying to get on the wood pile.
Let me just check her stats really quick. I can't remember if she gained any spell slots this last level up. Ah! My gummy sharks! They escaped!
What?
I have gummy sharks.
Are they going to be something in the food themed world? Gummy sharks?
Well, they fucking will now. Thank you.
You're welcome. They're very squishy, though. But,
Okay, let's see here.
No, not funny. Okay.
It is very funny. I'm just also trying to read what I've got. First level. Gained another first level spell slot, level 3, which is on there. Good. 4th level. Nope, they just learned a cantrip. And did not. Okay. Yep. Nope, no 2nd level spell slots yet. That's not till next level up. Oh well. Sad face. Anywho, what y'all doing?
Donna Bella's steady, then Sives is gonna go back and get Ruby.
Anybody want to help Donabella because she clearly needs it?
Is that a dex check?
So for you guys, anybody who wants to help her, it would be a strength check to make sure she stays on the logs. She has to roll.
I will.
Oh! Nyx has got it. Unless Donabella rolls a nat 1, that should do it. Good, it's not a nat 1. Okay. Nyx manages to, as Donabella wobbles for a 3rd time and threatens to fall off the logs, manages to grab her arm and keep her onto the logs. Alright, and Sives, you're going back for Ruby?
Yep.
That goes back for Ruby. Rooney says, well, if anything was going to disturb them, that probably was. A couple falls there.
It's except this time, Sives demands that they be carried.
Ruby sighs. Then
It's the only way!
Sigh. Ruby picks Sives up bridal style and stands strong upon the floating disc.
I feel so loved. And then they said,
Gently they pat Sives on the head, on top of the hat, of course.
I love
so
it.
this time, Sives is gonna drop Ruby inside the doorway, just because there's no room on the log pile, I don't think.
Ruby gets off of the disc right in front of the door and sets Sives on the disc. She carefully touches down. She's going to roll a stealth check, actually, to see if she can manage to not disturb anything. She wasn't falling off of things like Donabella was.
Doesn't she have the soft fall boots or whatever?
She has the boots that make it so that she doesn't have to roll disadvantage on her stealth checks because she's wearing armor.
Awesome.
But it doesn't matter anyway. There's still a very loud clunk.
I suppose I should start moving everybody in.
Is Kat the only one who knows that the door is locked? Nyx, I'm sorry. Is Nyx the only one who knows that the door is locked?
Well, she probably said it to Ruby and Wessel at least, because they were all there when she did the mage hand. I would guess, I would guess you probably would have told Sives and Donabella when they got there. But I don't know if Donabella and Sives want to try to go to like the back window and try to do sleep spell or not. I guess it's up to them if they want to do that or not. Or we can just try to go through the front door.
Are you suggesting it to the group, or are you speaking OOCly? We should probably get back into the concept of speaking ICly.
I recommended it and nobody wanted to do it, so
I couldn't tell if you were talking ICly or OOCly.
Well, I asked Sives and I said it to Sives and everybody before they went back to go get Ruby, and then nobody
You're talking
responded.
out of character.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
So good.
I like the sleep idea. I would like to fight less of the scary, strong bug acid monsters.
I can give it a try.
Should we be inside the main room first? I don't know where you'd be able to cast it from.
I don't really know. honestly, I don't really know if it will work on the things if I can't see the things. I've never tried before. Do you want me to cast the spell before we go in? Or do you want me to wait until we go in and we see things and then try to cast it? If there are things.
Well, I have one more idea.
Oh?
Let's hear it.
So, what if I try to fit the disc through the door vertically?
Can the disc go vertically?
It can.
Sure, I mean, you can definitely try to do that.
I mean, it's gonna look stupid, but I can.
Still got to get the door open first, of course.
That's true, yes.
See,
Right, so I have an idea.
Rooney's sick of this stealth nonsense and is like, we should just break in.
So, Ruby, if you get off on the doorstep here, very quietly and stay very quiet, I think, Miss Nix, what if I brought you to the window over yonder around the corner and you could see the door? Could you then unlock it from that side with your little magic trick?
I would think so. How far does Mage Hand go? Let me look.
It's only from the window to the door there, so it's like, what, 5-10 feet?
Make an intelligence check for me really quick, Sives.
Yeah, I should. If it's 30 feet for Mage Hand, I should probably.
Sives, it is at that point that you realize that most doors lock with a key on both sides in this world.
Right.
And that they are not like our modern day locks where you can turn a little thing.
Do you think it's possible that the guy who locked himself into the house may have the key to the house?
There's one way to find out.
Hey, let's go bother him again.
Hey, very good.
See, I love this because I feel like it was meant to be way more battle-y, but we're like, what can
We're
we do
trying so
to
hard.
not be on the ground?
Size goes back to him and goes, hey, do you have the key?
Yeah.
The key, the front door's locked.
Okay. And he fishes in his pocket and he pulls out an old iron key on a ring. And he is going to try and get it over to you guys. Let me just roll a dex check real quick. Well, that would be more of a sleight of hand. That's not how
Well, I
that
think you
works.
made it.
It worked.
That's a good roll, I think.
And that 120.
So he puts it on the stick and he tries to balance it on the stick over to the window and it falls in the middle of the floor right here. And he looks at it. And he looks at you. And he looks at it. And he looks at you. And he says, I'm
not getting it.
I'm not getting it either.
What if I bribe you with money?
I'm rich enough. I'm not... I just need to get out of here alive. I'm supposed to be bribing you with money, aren't I?
Well, yes, but we're not doing that until I get that key. So.
I'm not going down there to get that key. They'll hear me. I'm safe.
Fine. You
right
know
here.
what? I'll grab it. Side's gonna open the window again.
Sives opens the window. I didn't know you'd actually
Sives-
closed it.
Sives closes the window and then opens it for dramatic flair. And then Sives gonna stick their spider arm in there.
Everybody over on the wood pile just hears screaming and screaming and so much screaming. It's the most terrifying screams you've ever heard in your life.
And you just hear Sives just, I'm trying to help you, shut up!
Oh God, what are you? What is this? Help! Help! Somebody help!
Don't worry about it!
The bugs can shapeshift! The bugs can shapeshift! Get away!
Anyway, do I reach the key while they're screaming?
Let's See, what fucking roll would this even be to determine if your arm is long enough?
Dexterity? I don't know.
Reach check.
We're gonna go for a sleight of hand roll. Roll me a sleight of hand roll to see if you're
But
longer.
he gets advantage because he has multiple, right?
I mean, it's a longer arm than a normal arm would be. Like, this arm comes down to, like, his fucking knees, maybe a little bit beyond, considering.
Oh, the arm snaps off.
So what?
Oh my god.
So what happens is you reach in with the arms, reaching for the key, and you've got this screaming, terrified man, and he's still gripping a stick. So what he's gonna do is attempt to beat your spider arm with his stick. Let's see if he hits. Either way, even if he doesn't hit you, he is definitely going to keep you from grabbing the key with this. This would be a staff, so... No, he doesn't hit you, but he makes it hard for you to get the key, and you're not able to reach the key. Get back! Help! Help! Somebody help! Oh god! Oh god!
I'll help you!
Ah! Ah! Help! Help!
Nick's messages over to Sives and is like, what is happening?
I tried to reach the key because he's a coward and he saw my spider arm. It's a whole thing. He's just being a baby.
Somebody help! The bugs are elves! The bugs are elves!
Nick says, come back over here.
I'll be back.
No! God, no!
Don't worry, I'm coming for you. It's
No!
fine.
God, no!
What is going on? What is all this screaming? Why is that poor man scared more?
Well, you see, he dropped the key on the floor. He refuses to pick it up, and I tried to reach for the key with my spider arm, and now he's afraid of spiders.
I can fit through the door or the window. Wait, I can fit through the window.
I also have a mage hand, and I can just grab it.
How are we doing this?
I can get through the window, which means that I can move this stuff. I can undo the barricade from the inside.
But also, he has a stick and he's terrified now, so he might start hitting you with it.
How many times have I daggered things?
That's a good point.
Are you asking me, or are you saying that as Rooney?
I'm saying that. Rooney is saying that. I'll be fine.
Right. Up on then.
Nix is just like, God damn it, why are these my friends? Okay, so Rooney goes to Wessel. Wessel, be a good boy. Protect friends. Good boy. I will be in the room when you come to help.
Wessel
Good
licks
boy.
you in the face.
That a boy. Gives good head pets and then hops on disc and goes to window. Sir,
Are you a spider too?
I am a gnome.
I thought the other one was an elf.
He
I am an elf. Sir, it's complicated. I am just a gnome. I am only a gnome. I am a forest gnome. These are my woods. This is my territory. I am coming in. I am getting the key, and I am going to be here to help protect you and help you move the barricades for when the rest of the party is here. Okay?
Roll persuasion.
That's perception. That's performance. There's persuasion.
Oh.
Sives says nothing.
That's good. That's a good plan.
I'd say that it helps because Sive says nothing, so I'll let you have the 16.
Thanks.
Oh god.
I'm coming through the window. It's just me, the gnome. I'm going to grab the key and give it to the elf.
It's not an elf. That's not an elf.
He's an elf, but he's got He's got some stuff going on. It's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is gonna be fine. We're gonna get you out of here. What is your name? What is your name?
I'm Tibor.
Tibor. Hi, Tibor. My name is Rooney.
Yeah, Sives, roll a quick intelligence check for me. 15. Let me check something really quick. So, Sives, when this man gives his name, when you hear the last name, it ring-a-lings a little bit of a bell inside your head. And you remember somebody else quite unreasonable with the last name of Wester. Somebody who may or may not have used a wand of fireballs on you all through a door.
Ives sticks their head through the window and says, "You."
What?
Rather's an asshole.
I mean, half brother, but okay.
He set my pupil on fire.
You have spider arms! If your pupil's a spider too, I don't blame him!
She's not a spider, she's a unicorn.
What?
Lovely little. You heard her.
Hey, what?
Please.
I didn't hurt anybody! I've been in this room for a week!
Well, then stop screaming and help us get you out, and then I get to talk to you about your brother when you get out.
You stay away from me!
And then Sives back over.
I literally would not blame Nyx for just being like, I'm just going.
Ruby's there by the door with, like, her shield in one hand and her hammer in the other. She's just, like, looking back and forth between the door and Nyx and Donna and Wessel and the door, and she's like, this is all needlessly complicated.
Agreed. Rooney gets the key off the floor of the room and gives it to Sives, moving as little as possible.
Alright, so roll me a stealth check if you're trying to move stealthily across the floor.
All the stuff I poured into stealth, it better help.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Awesome. Alright. So I give the key to Sives. I say, get that door open. I'm moving furniture. I'm counting to 30, and I am moving furniture. 1. 2.
And Sive just floats outside the window.
Sives is too busy admiring his spider arm and thinking of all the ways he's gonna hurt this man.
Yep, you bet.
So, Sives has the key now. Rooney's counting to 30. What's we doing?
Put the key over.
Ruby takes the key, puts it in the door. Click, click. The door is now unlocked. Should I open it?
I would say yes. But also, you know what? Yes, open the door. Because if something happens, jump back on the desk and we leave.
I can't leave Rooney in there.
I can climb out a window, I'll be alright.
Alright. So Ruby carefully opens the door. It creaks open. Nothing happens. Do we do the thing with the spell now, or do I go in?
That's a good question.
Sives turned sideways on his magic disc.
I'm picturing Sives laying on his magic disc like a planquin, with his head propped up on his good hand as his spider arm slowly just waves fans in each of its individual legs. Just like
so freaked out by spider arm, just saying.
Fine.
This is a game now of how many monsters can we take arms from to pull on Sives. He's like a Mr. Potato Head.
At least on one side.
It's one side right now. Wait till it loses the other one by sticking it in something else's mouth. Alright, so what was the answer? What are we doing, you guys?
So I don't know. What do we want to do? Okay. How about I go get somebody else? That way we have a little bit of backup.
Alright, bring Donna. She's the one you wanted to cast the spell.
Good question. Good. I'll be right back. Oh, Donna.
Yes, Master Sives?
Are you ready?
Yes, Master Sives, and she hops onto the disc with you. The only person not freaked out by a spider arm. Were you saying something, Rudy?
Stacy here. I just peeked on the stream, and there's like boxes, like squares around like tents, and like.
She should not be peeking at the stream, Stacy.
Well, I wanted to look at the gift.
Oh, but Stacy should not be peeking at the stream, Stacy. Peek at the stream, Stacy.
Well, I thought that you had a different layer up. I thought you didn't have the DM layer up.
So I can see the DM layer up no matter where I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't look at the stream, Stacy. Don't worry about the stream, Stacy.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like something that was wrong.
Shh. No, it's correct. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's all right, Stacy. Don't worry.
It's fine. I'll leave it in the background, not looking at it.
Yeah, no. Don't worry, Stacy. Everything's fine.
I just wanted to make sure it was okay. Jeez.
Oh, Stacy, everything's all right. Don't worry.
I'm terrified. How dare you?
Oh, Stacy, what could happen?
For persuasion.
Here.
Yep. All right, so you float Donna over, and Ruby kind of looks between Sives and Nyx, like seeing if she should go or step back or what's gonna happen. Alright, fuck it. She hears no answer, so she...
What? Oh. Yeah,
were you push to talk? You were on push to talk again?
Yeah.
What did you say, Size?
Go ahead. Go inside.
Alright, so Donna squeeches her way past Ruby, and she's gonna roll stealth as she tries to tiptoe to the door on the far side of the room. Boop. Oh, Donna.
Oh, Donna.
Alright, so Donna gets boop, about 2 steps before everybody, including Rooney in the next room and Nyx and Wessel on top of the logs, feel a rumbling and a rattling in the ground. And Donnabella's like, ah! And she prepares sleep as from the floorboards in the corner of the room, there's a sizzling, popping noise as something decides to yeet itself through the literal floorboards.
Oh, God.
Yeeting itself up and into the room in a shower of acid-soaked wood. As there is a giant ant about twice the size of the others that has currently burst from the floor with keening, snapping jaws. And everybody can just go right ahead and roll initiative.
Tried so hard.
And got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Oh,
Oh, do I need to roll again with Nyx? Because I thought I had her selected.
Yeah, you don't have to roll again. I'll just edit you.
Okay.
There we go.
I didn't unselect her.
Okay. Everything will be fine. That's a terrible roll, Ruby.
She was not ready for Mama Ankeg.
Neither was Donabella, really.
Sives is the only one prepared. Sort of.
Be prepared. So good. Who are we
Nippy's
missing?
on the turn order, but he's not over here.
Just for the heck of it, let's get Nippy to also roll initiative, just in case he decides to run over here or something.
Okay, I think I have Nippy selected.
You do, yay.
Great, he's ready to battle.
Yep, or ready to give the ox more oats, you know.
Well, he's kind of babysitting at the moment too.
True. He's got the little baby and Lil and an ox. And I suppose the falcon, now that its job of scouting out the building is done, is once again staring daggers at Lil.
Falcon is friend. Falcon is friend.
I am ninja. Alright. So first up is Nippy's turn. What does Nippy do for Nippy's turn? Feed the baby? Pet it? Sing it a happy song?
May I roll to see if he had heard anything coming from the screaming house?
Okay. Perception check, yeah. You didn't hear anything other than that screaming a bit ago from some dude. You were quite freaked out about it, but Nyx didn't seem to move from her log, so Nippy didn't really go over to investigate. But you now feel the rumble in the earth very faintly, but nothing else.
Okay, Nippy's just kind of like looking over towards the house, like, I'm gonna stay here, and kind of like, you know, does the manta baby, you know, it just ate, right? It ate not too long ago, right?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, so he's just kind of hanging out, making sure everybody's content and not moving too much. So he's just kind of hanging out, but he's still kind of on edge a little bit. He's like, if anything does kind of try to come attack, he's ready to fight. He's ready for some action, but he's also hoping and praying that nothing actually comes over there, and he's just kind of standing still. So he's prepared in case one of them Ankegs try to attack, but he is just kind of where he is, and he's not really moving.
Alrighty. Next is the Ankeg's turn. The Ankeg already used its acid to get through the floorboards, so he can't really use it again. But he is going to scutter to the first available target, which is Donabella. And he gonna try to bite her. And does not hit. So he tries to bite her, but she manages to lurch back, stumbling a bit as its jaws clutch air. And Sives, it is now your turn.
Right. So, I can see it from here.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sives is gonna go ahead and let's see. What do I even have? I can only use 3 level 1 spells, so I have that much left. Oh, wait, 2 level 1 spells.
Because you're using the disc.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to look back at my sheet. I can see the spell sorted out better there. I think I'm gonna. I do have Mage Hand. Shit. Okay.
Too late now. Alright, magic missile.
Guys points their hand toward it through the door and is like the spider hand and says, "Take that! Just don't eat my people!"
And bam, 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 one by one, the magic missiles slam into the Ankeg's very robust hide, and it hisses and clickety clacks its mandibles and your direction. And that's a spell, correct?
That is a level 1 spell, yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw. Ooh. There is no pain this time. No pain at all.
Oh, it must be fixed. I can cast freely now. Ha ha!
Anything else for your turn, Sives?
I don't think I can do anything. Oh, wait. Yes, I can.
You have movement.
Yes, and because I'm not in the room, that doesn't count as an attack of opportunity. So I was gonna go over here and, Miss Nix, would you be so kind as to come to the door? There's, an on keg in the living room.
Sure. And does she just get on or is she allowed to get on the disc now?
Not this turn at the
Okay.
moment. You wouldn't be able to do
Okay.
that.
So probably next turn, Size
Yes.
would get on to the log pile, and Nix would get onto the disc by herself.
Sounds good. It'll still be within 20 feet of you if you're floating it to the door, so it should be fine. All right. And now it is Wessel's turn. What does Wessel do? Wessel was told to protect friends.
Wessel was told to protect friends, and there seems to be danger. So Wessel's gonna jump off of the log pile and go 5, 10, 15. Try and move past Ruby if she
Ruby
lets
him go.
20, and then he's going to attempt to maul. And since he moved 20 feet or more, if this lands...
See, 12. Nope, it does not land.
Butts. Alright.
Bad face.
Very.
Well, it is now Donnabella's turn. Donnabella is going to attempt to cast sleep because that is what she was told to cast. Oh, man. Hey, how many hit points does Wessel have, by the way?
Well, let's find out.
That's not what you want to hear.
Nope. 16.
Wessel is currently asleep.
Like unconscious?
I know, just asleep. It's a magical sleep.
Oh, okay.
Not unconscious. He does not lose any hit points.
It was in ascending order, so from biggest to smallest. So wouldn't it not affect? If it doesn't affect a creature, it shouldn't affect him, right?
It's supposed to go from the person with the lowest hit points on up, ascending order. So you start
with the highest.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
that's okay.
Misread.
Yeah, descending order is from the highest down. Ascending order is from the lowest up, and he definitely has less hit points than Ruby. So, and she rolled 19 hit points asleep. So, it is Bustle that is now currently asleep. Now, just so you're aware, if he gets hit, he will wake up automatically. And let's see, how long does this last? It's a minute.
Okay.
So
that's forever in battle.
It's 10 rounds, but if he gets hit, it will go away. Or if some other character uses their action to attempt to wake him by like poking him or shaking him, he will also wake up.
Okay.
All right, and she is going to go ahead and use her movement to try to run to the door. She will take an attack of opportunity as she does so. Oh, that's initiative. Gosh darn it. That's not what I wanted. No, he rolls a natural 1. So, let's see. Fumble chart time. Let's see. Melee. $13. All right, so he lunges at Donnabella, attempting to bite her on the foot to keep her from running away, and he steps in a patch of his own acid that's kind of pooled on the floor there, and he slips. So he has to roll a dexterity check. He has to beat a 15 or he will be prone. And he rolls a 3! The Ankeg slips and falls to the ground on its back, a bajillion legs waving in the air angrily, as is now currently prone. And Donnabella's going to continue running over here to the door. All right, Rooney, it's your turn. You have heard a large hubbub outside the door, and the dude on the pallets has stood up, is clutching his stick, and he's hyperventilating as he stares at the door.
I'm going to say, keep your stick, get in the corner. I'm moving this barricade. And I'm going to use all of...
Don't do that! What? They'll get in!
We need to get out. This is out.
Intimidation check?
Convincing, just loudly.
That's intimidation.
Not that I'm good at either.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Hey!
He shuts right up and goes and huddles into the corner next to the unfortunate bucket we'll never mention again.
I'm at the corner near the window, away from the bucket. Get away from the bucket. What the hell?
Okay.
And then, I'm guessing it's strength to attempt to move the thing.
Yes, strength check. So you start tugging things out of the way, but you only get like a quarter of them away from the door before you end your turn. Anything for your bonus action?
I accidentally clicked that, sorry.
Okay.
Suddenly she thought to herself, good berry.
You know what I could really go for?
A good berry. 1 HP.
Ba-bam! Anyway, no, that's all I've
Says
got.
some ba-bam, I think.
I think Sives does have ba-bam. I mean, Rooney doesn't know. I don't know.
What happens when an Ankeg ingests ba-bam?
Only bad things.
Probably, yeah.
The acid interferes with it, and it becomes this entirely... Anyway, I'm going to yell to the man and say, next time, help me! Don't you see how small I am? Holding on to that intimidation check.
Okay, then. Alright, and next it's Nick's turn. Nick, you were wanting to jump on Sives' disc, yes?
Yes. And so if I'm on the disc, 3 feet above the ground, and I'm already taller, I believe, than Ruby and Wessel sleeping. So if I were like
behind them, yes, you could.
Okay. Because I would ask Sives to kind of, let me see here. So if it's like 1, 2, 3, like here would be about 20 feet away from Sives, and I would be far enough away from everybody else to hopefully, if I do a magic spell, if things explode, it would only explode on me.
All right. So you hop on the disc and you float over to there. Okay. Yeah, that's still within range of Sives, so it's not going to snap back, but you can't go any further away than that. And you said you're going to do a spell now?
Yes, I think I am. Let me see. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 30. All right. I'm kind of torn between doing one that I know will hit and doing one that'll do more damage.
Go with what Nyx would do. Always look to Nyx and see what Nyx would do.
I know, but she's seeing him prone, right?
Yep, its legs are waving in the air.
So she has a higher likelihood of actually hitting this time. So she's going to do Scorching Ray.
All right, that definitely hits.
And then, hold on, I think it's 3 rays. So 1, 2, 3. How did I get a 4? Oh, no,
I
never mind.
believe you have to roll individually for each ray to see if they hit. I don't believe it's
okay.
Yeah, I don't believe that it's
not
like
magic missile. Okay.
Yeah.
So
the second one definitely hits too. And so does the third one.
Nice.
Excellent. Is that a level 2 spell or a level 1 spell?
It is a level 2 spell.
Okay, roll on your wild magic chart.
Yes. Okay, so that is.
I need to read something about your scorching.
24. Let's see what terrible monstrosities are going to occur now. 24. Oh, goody! I'm blue.
Abadia badai?
I am a vibrant shade of blue.
Female Ollie.
And a remove curse spell can end this effect. So I'm permanently blue until otherwise. Yay!
Nyx is now a very blue tiefling, and Sives, you are the only one currently seeing them right now since Ruby is focused inwards. You just see Nyx's skin change from red to blue, and now Kathy has to redo her entire fucking portrait.
Yay. And then.
I got it. Continue, please.
Huh? What?
Continue. I just had an idea. Sorry.
Oh, okay. And then I don't think I have anything that's like a bonus action that I can do. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Do.
23. Last one was maxed out. Lovely. That's 35 damage. Okay.
All right. So, yeah, she just kind of like notices she's blue, and is like, but nothing else happened. So she kind of floats back over to Sives, so he can have access to.
I don't believe you have enough movement to float back over there.
1, 2, 3. So that's 20. So I can go a little almost.
You started out right here, so you had to go 5, 10 to get on there, and then 15, 20, 25, 30 to get where you are. You don't have any more movement left.
I apologize. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot that I was over here.
Yeah, you started your turn over there. Alrighty.
Okay, then I apologize for taking your disc, Sives.
Any bonus actions for your turn that you want to perform?
No, I don't think I have anything that I can do other than, can I try to yell at Wessel? Probably wouldn't wake him up, though, so I guess it's not really worth it.
Yeah, no, it would not wake him up. It's a magical sleep. He has to be damaged or shaken awake, or a minute has to pass.
Okay, so I just kind of yell over to Nippy and say, "Stay there!" Of course, I don't know if he can hear me or not, but I'm just telling him, "Stay there!"
Okay, Miss Nyx!
And then I guess I'm done.
Alright. And now it's Ruby's turn. Ruby is going to stumble around the Wessel puddle that's on the floor and go 1, 2, 3, and she is going to try to attack this guy, and she has advantage because he's prone, so she's going to put her shield on her back for a minute so that she can go two-handed. She's gonna bring it down. And she is going to hit it for 15 bludgeoning damage. Kabam!
Not to be confused with Babam.
So far we've done 50 damage to this ANK. Woot woot! And she is going to remain exactly where she is with hammer in hand. She does not have the ability to put her shield back on at the moment, though, because she used her bonus action to put it on her back. Alright, it is now Nibby's turn. He has been yelled at by Nyx to not come over here. Let's let Nippy roll perception to know if he heard her or not. Yep, he heard you. Exactly the words you spoke. But what does Nippy do?
Nippy goes, it's okay, Lil. It's okay. Snow Cone, it's okay, Ox Friend. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Falcon Friend. What would he call him? Does he have a name?
I don't think Sives ever gave him a name.
Falcon Friend, it's okay. And is just kind of like preparing his sacred fire, just in case he's ready to go. But he's also like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. And so he's just kind of like in place, just kind of unsure of what's going to happen next.
The manticore cub takes this moment to start wiggling in clear discomfort because Nippy's freaking out.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right. Now it's the Ankeg's turn. The Ankeg uses half of its movement to become unprone, and he is going to lash out directly in front of him at Ruby.
Shield up.
Can't hold her shield up. She used her bonus action to take it off.
I just zoomed up on the Ankeg. It's scary.
Oh, that's too bad. That's a 24. So, the Ankeg lashes out, and its giant jaws encircle Ruby's torso and lift her off the ground, and she actually cries out in pain as the serrated mandibles start crushing her middle. She's going to take 12 slashing damage and 2 acid damage as acid dribbles down its mouth onto the mandibles. And he's currently holding her aloft, grappled in its jaws. And he's going to end his turn there. Sives, it's your turn.
Yeah, it sure is. I'm gonna try to jump to the door.
You're trying to jump from the log pile all the way to the door?
Yeah, no, I just rethought that sentence. I'm not gonna jump to the door. I'm gonna tiptoe over there.
Okay, stealth check. Ooh, it's really stealthy. Sives tiptoes to the door. You are greeted with the sight of Ruby in the Ankeg's jaws and Wessel flat out snoring on the floor. Well, actually, you don't know if he's snoring or not, or if he's just dead. You're not really sure. Although, you've never seen him lay down when it wasn't sleeping, because usually when he dies, he bursts into stardust.
That do be true, though.
Yeah.
It's true. Would it be an action or a bonus action to draw Wessel out of the door and set him on the doorstep?
That would be an action, because you'd have to pick up a weasel.
Yes, I figured. Okay, then I'm not doing that.
Okay. You can get around him if you need to, though. He's just on the floor, so you could step around him. Or you could shoot over him. He is not an impediment to your view at all.
Yes, no, I think I'm just gonna shoot over him because Ruby needs help.
Yeah, Ruby's not doing so great.
No,
Is your health at Ruby? Yeah, Ruby's not doing so great at all.
No, not at all. So Ruby, Sives is gonna lift their arm. Check the character sheet really quick. Oh! I have 3 level 2 spell slots. I forgot I got an extra one when I leveled up. Ooh, somebody's gonna suffer.
Do it.
And he's gonna cast Suffer.
Alright, remind me what Suffer does. Or is it in your thing? I can go look at it in your thing, can't I?
True misery is more than pain entering the mind. It is pain entering the soul. You point at a creature within range and speak a terrible word, commanding them to suffer. The target must make a charisma saving throw. If they fail, they take 2d8 necrotic damage and 2d8 psychic damage, and they have disadvantage on strength and dexterity ability checks for 1 day. If they succeed, they take half as much damage and do not have disadvantage.
What the fuck?
I think you changed it around a little bit, didn't it?
How is it a 1? Oh, because it's a d20 minus 2. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. So he rolled a 1. It did not pass. Roll your damage.
Suffer?
Alright, so that's a grand total of 16 damage to the 50 already done. You have now done 66 damage to this motherfucker.
And it looks
Drop my
okay.
dwarf!
Drop your dwarf.
And then I'm gonna end my turn.
Oh, not just yet you aren't. Because that's a
Oh no.
that's a level 2 spell slot you used there.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna go ahead and roll me that wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Yeah, so you get a sharp spike of pain in your head as 1 point of psychic damage lances through your mind.
You just hear sides go, owie! Cringe. And double over a little bit.
On the plus side, the Ankeg doesn't look like he's having a very good day. There are some cracks across his carapace, and there's kind of acidic-looking blood oozing from them in various places. There doesn't look like he's going to fall over anytime soon, but he's not looking as nice as he did when he busted through those floorboards Kool-Aid Man style.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, no! Yells Ruby. All right. And is anything else for your turn, Sives?
I think I can do anything else, so no.
I think you have, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. I think you have 2 more squares of movement you can do if you want to use them.
Oh, that's a good point. I'm going to go inside and into this corner. So that way Nyx can come to the door.
Okay. Good road, good road. All right, now it's Wessel's turn, but Wessel's asleep, so he can't do nothing.
Yep.
Now it's Donnabella's turn. Donnabella is going to try to open the door to the room, find that it's locked, and she is going to attempt to firebolt the door to try and blast it open. Before she does so, though, she's going to yell, "Watch out, guys!"
Rooney can't move till it's her turn.
Yeah, she doesn't know you're there, so she's gonna fucking hit it for surezies. And
that's a good one.
Yeah. So she firebolts the door. Let's see, how much health does a door have?
Probably like 12.
That was 10.
Objects. It's wood. Yeah, okay, AC, that's great, but hit points. Say that's a medium. Okay, yeah, alright, so she hits that door, and it doesn't incinerate, but it does blast clear off its hinges, parts of it flying over top of the barricade that is stacked up against it on the other side of the door. Rooney, roll me a dexterity save. Excellent. You managed to put your arm up and duck to the side a little bit so that the wood, the burning smoldering wood scatters harmlessly to one side. So the door is basically no more. It is a shower of splinters. You still have a barricade separating you from the other room, but there's enough room at the top that you yourself could get over it if you wanted to, if you managed to climb to the top of the pile. The dude huddled in the room with you, not so much. And,
Bella!
Yeah?
Great job!
Thanks, Miss Rudy! She sounds very happy that she didn't accidentally fuck up things for once. Speaking of, it's now Rooney's turn.
And Rooney is going to attempt to move the things from the barricade so that her and the man can get out.
Alright, so that's another strength check for me. You do a lot better this time, probably because Donnabella loosened that shit up. You're just grabbing stuff And you managed to get everything away from the busted down door enough that you could both squeeze by if you wanted to.
Gorgeous. That was my full action, right?
That was your full action to do that. You still have movement, though.
And then could I do a bonus action as well?
Yes, you can do a bonus action.
Okay, so I'm going to come out of the door, squeeze past Donabella, and this
Please
might be
whistle down.
Oh, not happy about that.
Cue barbarian rage.
Never happy about that, for the record. And I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the giant oncake.
Giant oncake has now been Hunter's Mark. And as you cast Hunter's Mark on it, you see a slight crackling sheen of electricity form over the top of it for just the briefest of moments with just the bluest of tinges.
Have a minor panic attack. Did anyone see that?
Dice, roll a perception check. Oh, by the way, if you've been saying anything, Size, we can't hear it because I think you're still on push to talk.
I am still on push to talk.
Alright. So both Donna, Bella, and Sives, you both noticed the slight shimmering, crackling sheen of electricity that formed briefly over top of the oncake when Rooney was pointing at it. If you're saying anything, Size, we can't hear it because you're on push to talk. Oh, you're not? Okay, cool.
I'm confused.
Donnabella's like,
It gets scary!
It's fine. I'm sure it's fine, Miss Rooney. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything is fine. And that ends Rooney's turn.
And now it's Nyx's turn. Nyx, you were too far away to roll a perception check on that, so.
Yep. Let's see here. And you said that it's looking not too good?
It's not looking like it's gonna fall over anytime soon, but it's showing some wear and tear.
Do Scorching Ray again.
Okay. That one hits. Good.
2.
That one hits. That one does not hit.
12 misses.
Yeah. Okay. Alright.
So I at least get 12 damage, so.
And you also roll on the wild magic table because that's a level 2 spell.
Yeah, I know.
Especially since it's a fire spell.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, goody, a 95.
What's that?
Huh. You and all creatures within 30 feet gain vulnerability to piercing damage for the next minute.
Oh, good thing it's slashing damage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's Wessel and Sives, both of which will gain that.
I'm sorry, I should have backed up a little.
Well, if you had gone one step closer, the oncake would have also been infected, but it's too late now. But you you lash into it with 2 scorching rays, and the other one shoots off to the side as you were kind of jolted by the sudden tingle of magic from your wild magic settling upon you. You're not quite sure exactly what it's done to you, but you feel exposed.
All right.
Subconsciously exposed. All right, anything else for your turn, Nyx?
No, I guess here would probably be good because I don't want to get too much closer with the magic, so I'd probably just kind of stay back here.
Probably a good idea. It's probably a good idea. Anything for your bonus action?
No, because I think my only bonus action that I could do is a spell, which I can't do. I'm actually just going to back up just a little tiny bit more.
All right, you back up one more step. And now it's Ruby's turn. On Ruby's turn, she is going to attempt to escape the grapple. Rolls a 20, and she manages to grab the jaws and wrench them apart, and she drops down to the floor with an oof. But that takes her entire action. It takes her entire action to do. She's going to use her second wind to roll 1d8 to regain some hit points. 1d8 plus 4. She's going to gain back 10 hit points. She takes a big breath and bolsters herself and holds on to her hammer and an iron grip. And she can't do that again until her next turn. Or until her next long rest. Okay. And it is now Nibby's turn again. Nibby! Nibby, what you doing? You keep seeing Nyx firing all these bolts of scorchingness. You also saw Nyx turn blue.
She's blue.
She's blue.
He's like still there, like, is everything okay? Do you need me to come over? Are you sure you want me to stay here? And he's just kind of like panicking a little bit more than he was before, and also prepared with his sacred flame, because he's like, I'm not supposed to go anywhere, but I don't know what's happening. There's lots of fire, and
Nibby, roll me a perception.
Blue.
Roll me a perception check, Nibby.
But you said he could see the blue and the fire.
Oh yeah, you can see the blue and the fire. I didn't say that's what you were rolling a perception check about. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. All right. It's okay, Rooney. Calm down.
Never good.
All right, Rooney. Calm down.
Rooney's not doing. Rooney's mad. Wessel's down. She can't tell that Nyx is blue yet. There's fire coming in through the door over Wessel.
It's the Ancake's turn. It is.
Can't wait.
Is not happy about any of this, and by this time, its acid has recharged. So it's going to rear back and shoot it straight ahead through Ruby and Donabella, who need to make dexterity saving throws, I think. Let's see.
Does Rooney have to as well?
No. 30 foot long and 5 feet wide. No, she does not. Just a straight line of the acid.
Gotcha.
Alright, dexterity saving throws. All they gotta do is beat a 13. Come on! Donabella manages to beat the 13. Ruby.
Donabella does like a back bend out of the way.
Matrix is that shit. Ruby takes a face full of acid. Let me check and see if it's just reduced damage for Donabella, or if she half as much on a successful one. So she's still going to take damage, but it won't be near as bad as Ruby, who takes it in the face. Let's see. Roll.
Only some dying.
3D.
A little dying. It's fine.
It's all right. It's cool. It's cool. It was very diluted acid this time, I guess. So it fires, and Ruby takes 5 damage from the acid as she kind of tries to duck, but it scorches like half of her hair off, so it kind of looks like Stacy did when she got that cool faux hawk that she showed me when she came to work. Like half of it is shaved and the other half isn't now, and she's also got like a braid, so it's very fucking Amazon looking. It's very nice. It's very nice. And Donabella grabs her unicorn hat and rips it off and holds it out to one side away from the acid, kind of almost hitting Rooney in the face with it as some acid splashes across her shoulder, and she takes 2 damage from the acid. Oh, sorry, Miss Rooney. What did you say, Sives?
But the unicorn hat is safe. That's what matters.
The unicorn hat is safe, and honestly, that's all that matters. All right, and that will end the Ancake's turn. Sives, it is your turn. Just to let you know, any spell that does not involve melee spell attacks is going to be at disadvantage besides Magic Missile when you're casting from that corner directly at the Ancake's butt.
Then that's what I'm going to do.
Yay.
How many more of those spell slots do you got for your magic missiles?
One.
One, okay.
I have 10 trips left after this.
Alright, roll that beautiful bean footage.
I shall. As soon as I open the character list, come on, open. There we go.
Alright, that is 14 on top of the 66 he already has. 70, 80 damage to him total. He's looking really bad off right now. He has cracks running all over his carapace. One of those magic missiles seems to have gone through him and out the other side. He's still standing, but like 2 of his legs are buckling and his clickety-clacks of his mandibles are becoming increasing and kind of erratic at the moment. And Sias, go ahead and roll that wisdom saving throw for me.
Yep.
Did you also get the 12 from Nyx and the 10 from Ruby when you're adding that together?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been keeping track. Alright, no ouchies for you this round, Sives. Alright, it's Wessel's turn. Wessel's still asleep. Oh, well, actually, did you want to do anything else for your turn, Sives? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Say what?
Sives is just gonna shout, "It's almost dead. I can feel it. It looks very poor. One more hit. Kick it. Spit out into something."
Alright. Now it's Wessel's turn, but Wessel's asleep, so he continues to sleep. It is Donnabella's turn now. She is going to take one step over here to the side so she doesn't hit Ruby. And she is going to attempt to light it up with a firebolt, because that's the only important damaging spell that she has. Or rather, I should say, the only one that isn't a reaction. At least I think it's a reaction. It's also Burning Hands, but that's a cone and she'd hit Ruby, and she doesn't think that's a good idea. So,
To do that again.
Not
yeah.
after being grappled and acid spat on.
She's fine, guys! It's only 5 acid. That firebolt definitely hits. 9 fire damage, lighting up this Anke as it squeals in rage and pain. It looks like it's dangling on the edge of the abyss, or the edge of glory, whichever you want to think of it as. It's almost down! Rooney, take it out! And now it's Rooney's turn.
Fingers crossed.
Now, I will say that if you want to hit it with the, well, even with disadvantage, that's going to fucking hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 7.
And 9.
Okay, let's see. Alright. Describe how your arrow ends this thing's life.
Does it have eyes?
It has 2 glowing red pits of eyes positioned just above the mandibles. Here, let me make this bigger for you for just 1 minute.
I don't want.
Oh, you do. Look at it. Look at it.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Look at it.
Ew.
Don't you
Ugh,
love
okay.
it?
No, not even a little bit. All right. So I was thinking it was going to go through the eye. It's not. The mandible's better. So
You like shooting things in the mouth.
Well, it's happening. Rooney takes her shot, focuses in, is aiming for the eye, but the Ankeg moves and manages to pierce through the roof of the Ankeg's mouth and into its where I can only presume its beady little beetle brain is, and Ankeg falls over dead.
Alright, so you fire your arrow, it pierces its skull, there's a sharp scorching sound as it does so, and then Ruby and Sives and Donabella and Rooney, everybody needs to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please. Wessel doesn't need to make one because he is asleep and therefore fails automatically.
Sad face.
Sad face.
I don't need to make one, right?
No, you are outside.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh.
C'est la vie.
Hmm.
And, Sives?
Yes?
Make a dexterity saving throw, Sives.
Oh.
Oh, I think I did a check, not a save.
Alright, go ahead and roll it again as a save.
Sorry.
It's alright. Sives, are you okay?
I'm clicking on it. Oh. I was clicking on it, wasn't doing anything. I'm sorry.
That's weird. Maybe you're lagging a little bit.
Yeah, but it's the first one, so it's 12.
It hasn't popped up on the screen for me yet.
It was a 12 with a 5. 12/5.
Okay. I don't know why it's not popping up, but whatever. I will take that. Okay. So... Oh, shit!
God.
Fuck!
There we go.
There it is! Sives just trying to dodge everything. Ha! 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 Alright.
Oh man. It just took a lot to really just punch the game through.
Alright. So... Donna and Sives are going to take 12 acid damage as the Ankeg basically erupts from within. Acid spraying from its pierced pouch all around the room. Wessel will also take 12 damage from this.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Wessel takes 12 damage, Sives takes 12 damage, and Donna takes 12 damage. Rooney and Ruby only take 6 damage.
But hey, Wessel took damage, so he's awake.
Yep, he's awake now. And very probably
And
not
he's not
happy about that.
Not happy at all. No, very, very not good at all.
But the creature is now dead. And you are currently out of combat.
Do I know that yet?
No. Well, I mean, you saw the thing die in an explosion of what looked like acid.
Okay.
I mean, technically,
guess-
none of you know, but you're out of combat.
I don't remember the man's name.
Tybor.
Tybor.
I believe it was Tibor.
It's almost
Yes.
like Tribor.
Tibber. Tibber?
I think so. Hold on, let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's Tibber. Yep, Tibber. Tibber Westor.
Sorry.
That's
That was
fine.
close.
Yeah, it's better than I was gonna do. I didn't remember at all.
I was thinking he was named after the trail. the
Tibber,
Tribor.
Yeah?
it's dead. Come on,
You sure it's the only one?
Tibber.
I'm
It's
coming.
dead.
I'm coming. And Tibber slowly inches his way out of the room, still holding his stick.
Milking that 18 intimidation I had earlier.
And he sees the dead giant Ankeg on the floor, and his eyes go wide, and he darts back into the room. What? That thing's huge!
Yes, and it's dead. And if you don't want more to show up, we're gonna get on the really nice floaty disky boy, and we're gonna go.
Intimidation check.
Where? This one's not
With
gonna
advantage,
work.
because you did intimidate him last time. Yeah. It's like,
Yay!
alright, alright, just let me get something real quick. And you hear a bunch of rustling and some clanging and some banging. And then he appears back at the door with a sack on his shoulder and his stick in the other hand.
Tibber, do you know if there's anyone else?
I don't. If there are, they fled into the woods days ago. I've been in that room for a week.
Okay.
I know that we lost at least 5. There were 24 men here, and we lost at least 5 before I boarded myself up in here. We couldn't take a step. Couldn't take a single step. He looks haunted.
Well, we should. Sives, is your floaty disc still around?
Yes, I believe
Huh?
on it.
You're on it.
Nix is on it. Nix is at
on
the
it.
door on
Hi,
it.
Nix.
Kind of peeking in, going, I'm blue now.
You're blue. Well-
Yay, magic.
Oh,
Magic
Miss
is
Nick.
terrifying.
That's a
looks
really
good on
good
you, though.
color.
Thank you. I say we should try to get out of here. Everybody okay with that idea?
Oh God, yes. Ruby is just like trying to wipe the acid off of herself without wiping the acid off of herself. She's just like, does not look fun. She's gonna walk over. I'm not taking the disc. I'm just fucking walking back. If they didn't feel that, they're not gonna feel anything. Ruby's gonna walk out here and just wait for everybody else. Alright, what we all doing?
If Ruby's walking, I guess Nix will get off of the disc and offer the disc to the gentleman who's been trapped in a single room for a week, if he wants it, or Sives, or...
Tipper barely lets you get off the disc before he climbs onto it, scrambling like a rat on a piece of ship. By the way, Sives, if you've been talking at any point, you're still on push to talk and we haven't heard you.
I have not talked.
Okay, cool. Alright, so yeah, Tibber scrambles onto Sives' floating disc. What's Rooney and Wessel doing?
Rooney is just going to walk with Wessel. Wessel's not doing too hot, but if Ruby is going to be walking, then the best bet is probably to just go all together as a group, face whatever may come. And Donnabella and Sives?
Donnabella's going to go this way to the door. She's gonna look at Sives and nod. Are we going, Master Sives?
Yes, we are.
Okay. She's gonna scooch her way out the door, wait for everybody to gather before we can move as a group. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Nix.
Rooney sees Nix prepare something over there and prepares an arrow.
And
And
I think we should move carefully and be ready just in case.
Donnabella's gonna follow suit and mimic Nix by holding a fireball in her hands and try to look super serious like Nix does. She's gonna fail terribly with her beautiful unicorn hat.
I don't know. She should try intimidation. See if she's intimidating right now.
Let's find out.
As Rooney is at this moment.
She actually has a +1 in intimidation. Yeah, she looks super fierce. She looks like a war unicorn. We're talking Twilight Sparkle on steroids, motherfuckers.
I'm into it.
Unicorns can be pretty intimidating. So
Have you seen Cabin in the Woods?
It's like Rarity decided to just fucking lift mate. But yeah. All right. So we're all trying to walk to the cart and Nippy.
Mm-hmm.
Are we making stealth checks? Are we doing it stealthily? Or are we just walking?
We can try.
Totally try. Alright, Ruby for once. That's good.
Think with everything I poured into stealth, I would get like sometimes a good one.
Ah,
like,
Donnabella.
A really good one.
You're really intimidating.
I mean, she looks intimidating,
but she's stomping her feet.
Around.
She's stomping her feet while she's looking intimidating to like match that intimidating air, and it's just not working so well. Sives, are you just walking or are you sneaking?
I'm a sneaking, so I'm gonna roll me a sneaking.
Maybe you'll roll 10 sneakings, and it won't show up until 15 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sives.
I trip and fall.
What about
Sives
Wessel?
is
Did you do Wessel?
Oh, Wessel, I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah. I believe Wessel has advantage on this, if I'm not mistaken. Don't remember why, but I'm pretty sure he does.
He has advantage on perception checks that use hearing or smell.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's his only advantage.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ba, ba, ba. When you use your natural explorer feature, you and your animal companion can both move stealthily at a normal pace. Da, da, da. Yeah, it just lets you both move stealthily at a normal pace instead of half speed. Okay. Alright. Well, Wessel's not quite as sneaky, but he's limping. So, you got some acid burns going on. It's not fun. So he's limping a bit, and that's impeding his stealth. Alright. So you guys are making your way downtown, walking fast, and homebound. And Tibor doesn't have to roll a stealth check because he's on a fucking floating disc.
He's in.
You coming, Master Sives? Whoa, there we go. Teleported. Alright, everybody makes it all the way back to the Ox with no odd rumbling in the ground or anything busting up out of it at an inopportune time. And Tibber takes the opportunity to jump off of the floating disc and scramble into the cart and immediately start opening sacks and getting some real food out of them and starting to eat.
Ooh, can you RP that?
Which one, Nippy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, "You guys are back!" and runs over and hugs Nyx, and then runs over and hugs Annabella, and runs over and hugs Rooney, and runs over and hugs Wessel, and runs over and hugs Sives, and runs over and hugs Ruby, and doesn't know who the strange man is, and so doesn't actually go and hug him. And then he kind of looks around and sees some people who are kind of hurt, and who's the most hurtest?
Probably Sives and Donna maybe, and also maybe Wessel.
Okay.
Wessel is barely making it across the field on the way back.
Yeah, Wessel is the most hurt. Sives and Donna second most hurt.
Okay, so Nibby goes over to Wessel and does this.
Healing for Wessel, and then I think you have exactly one more spell slot left.
Yes. And so he kind of goes over to Donnabella and Sives and is like, "I think I can heal one more. I don't know who is most hurt."
Oh, you should
And
heal
is like,
Master Sives. I'll be fine.
"Are you sure? Is that okay?"
It's quite alright. I mean, you should get healed, dear.
Oh, Master Sives, I'm fine, she says as you look at the side of her face and part of her shoulder blistering, and part of her dress has kind of been melted away at the one shoulder, so she looks like she's going for some really weird Emmy-winning kind of trophy thing with like a one-sleeved dress.
Deadpool version 2.
Oh, yeah.
Brag. Right, well, go ahead and hit her, and I'm gonna go over here. Sives walks away, so Nippy has no choice.
Alright, and you touched on Annabella and you hear her for 7 points of damage. You see her acid wounds, the blisters that have been forming kind of heal over and do not look as angry as they did before. The redness is lessened a bit. Still looks like she's going to need like a day or so to recover, but nothing a long rest can't fix.
And if I'm not mistaken, the good berries that I made last time are no longer potent.
That is correct.
So I'm going to use my last spell slot, and I'm going to make good berries.
Good berries. Which also means the babam is gone, if the good berries are gone, because Sides made that at the same time.
Mm-hmm. So no more spell slots. But I have 10 good berries that are worth things, so I will insist that everyone who is injured take one.
And Donabella grabs a berry, and she looks at it and she's like, do I eat it now, or if something happens?
I will leave that on you.
I'm going to hold on to it for later then. And she tucks it into a little pocket on her dress front.
Copy that. Sives, you're a good berry, sir.
Ah, yes, thank you.
Either to take now for help or to have for later.
You know what? I think I'll save it for later. I feel all right, considering. And by all right, I mean in excruciating pain, but I'm not dead, so I'll save it.
Fair? Ruby?
Oh, I'll hold on to it as well, just in case. I'm in quite a bit of pain at the moment, but I'd rather have it for an emergency.
Now, she makes 10.
Mm-hmm.
And they last 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They can be taken once per day, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Is it a 24-hour day or morning to night day?
That was my next question.
It was a 24-hour day.
Okie dokie.
All right.
All right. Tipper, are you hurt?
No, I'm good. I'm just really hungry. He says as he's like holding a pack of rations that were inside the cart that he has ripped open, and he is just like eating the whole pack of rations.
And that's fine. I'm sure.
I did pay for this stuff. It's and he looks kind of guilty as he says it. It's not like anybody else is gonna eat it.
By the way, sir, do you happen to know if there's anybody else, stranded in that town? Or was it just you?
As far as I know, it's just me. There's 25 of us here. At least 5 have been eaten by the really freaky looking bugs, but the other 20, I'm not sure if they got eaten or if they just ran into the woods. I've been in the office for about a week. I shut myself up in about 2 days after they showed up, when we couldn't move around any without them popping up out of the ground. I shut myself up in there, and I didn't move.
Nyx asks if Sives' is still there. Should we try to take the disc around and just see if anybody, else is holed up somewhere, like maybe in a tent?
And I think we should check, but I'll leave it up to Sives. It's him and his disc.
Do 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 do.
Sives? Sives, you there?
I'm here.
Sives was busy admiring his spider arm again and making Tipper very uncomfortable.
Yes, I'm sorry. I got a phone call. I'm distracted.
It's okay. It's okay. Rooney asked Sives if maybe they could go around and check the tents on the disc.
Yes, we do this.
Okay. So Rooney and Sives get on the desk and they start floating over to check out the tents.
Are they like cloth tents?
They
like
are
just regular cloth?
They're made of hardier stuff than just like your average tents. They're made to last for a long time. Sives, you're going with Rooney, right? Because she can't pilot your disc alone that far away from you.
Oh my god. There are 2 cats in my bedroom. I wasn't expecting any cats in my bedroom.
Why not? Cats love computers. It's a fact of life.
Luckily, my bedroom door is closed, and I thought my husband closed it when he left, and he did not.
These were lies. So, I'm assuming Sives is on the phone still, so I'm just gonna move him over here with you.
Yep. So, going to investigate the tents.
All right, roll me an investigation check and also a perception check, because I assume you're also keeping an eye to the ground for more ant kegs.
We'll do perception first, and then investigation, which I'm never good at. PK. PK. Sorry, 1 second.
It's time
She
to yell
ran
at
away.
cats.
We're good.
Why are you yelling at the cat? Don't you want her to lay on your keyboard?
I'm totally fine with her laying on near my computer. I'm fine with her being on my bed, but she just went. I have a changing table in my bedroom because I just haven't gotten it out yet. She just went under it and started clawing the carpet underneath of it. I don't know how she could physically do both, be under it and claw it at the same time.
Cats are very versatile.
If you ever
lose
There's
Wessel,
literally 2 inches underneath the thing. She's a whole cat. She's not even a kitten. She's a whole cat, an adult cat.
Wait till you see what a manticore baby can fit under.
I hope we don't have to find that out.
Alrighty.
Alright, so I rolled a 16 perception and a 10 investigation.
Alright. Dives, do you want to roll a perception and investigation check for us as well?
Sure.
Ooh.
Dang, that's a good investigation check. Roll me a perception check too, Sives. Oh, and so even very nice perception check as well.
Very good.
Way to go, Sives.
You guys are keeping a good ear and eye out for anything in the area that might be out to jump you. Rooney is keeping more of an eye out than she is investigating because she's very paranoid after the last thing that happened. She's constantly looking over her shoulder. Sives, you're looking over your shoulder, but you're also really interested in what might be in the tents. Now, you guys don't find any people, but as you move from tent to tent, you do find a rash of belongings, and in 1 or 2 of them, there's a hole that has recently been filled in behind it, something tunneled in and then tunneled out, which you can assume probably belong to the 3 dead ant kegs that are still scattered around the camp itself. You happen to find a grand total in all of the tents of 15 gold. You find 15 gold in the tents, and you also find a smattering of clothing, some personal effects. There's a locket in one of them that is just laying on a small little makeshift desk that somebody has ramshackled together from some of the more not perfect lumber that didn't get sent down the river. And it looks fairly shiny, like it might be made of real gold. And in another tent, you find on the ground, next to some acid-soaked clothing, a ring that looks slightly tarnished from acid as well. And it's also made of gold with a pretty purple stone set in it.
Does Rooney see any of this, or is that all Sives?
That's all Sives. Rooney is paying too much attention to see if there's ankegs around to actually find any of the things.
Copy.
But Sives finds all of these things. 15 gold, a locket made of gold, and a ring made of gold with what looks like an amethyst set in it.
Is that just this little tent set?
This is this entire camp right here. Out of all the tents. It looks like they were probably menial workers. They weren't really rich people.
Like this one up here.
Sorry, which one up where?
Is it also including the circle of tents up by the river?
Nope. No? This is only this campsite.
Happy.
Well, I guess I'll go collect some of that, if not most of it, and not all of it. if I can do so with Rooney on the disc, I don't know.
Yeah, your
I'll come
disc
with.
is
We're just
large
gonna-
enough that you can float into the tents if you like duck.
Yeah, they'll try to gather the things up so that way we find survivors. They can, have
You-
keepsakes of the people they lost.
You hear from across the way, Nyx's voice. Mage hand!
Oh! Oh, yes! I forgot I had that spell still.
That's I believe it's a cantrip, so you can still use that,
It
right?
is?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, then I mage hand all that shit up.
You mage hand all that shit up and pop it into your bag.
Mage hand all that shit up. Love it.
I put that shit on everything.
Frank's red hot.
Yes. Mama had buffalo chicken pizza today for dinner. It was delicious. Anyway.
I had a mushroom and feta with extra cheese pizza for one of my pizzas, and the other pizza was a thin crust meaty meat special.
Did you also have pizza for dinner?
Yeah, Domino's.
I also had pizza for dinner.
I did too.
It's
Oh my
fucking
God!
Friday. Dungeons and Dragons and pizza are like hand in hand unless you're meeting in person. If you're meeting in person, then it's a potluck. Which someday I'm gonna have all three of you in my house together. Yes, Sives, flying you out here.
We're flying you out for D&D.
You can
On
come
a
live with
disc.
me, and we will be spinsters together, and we will have many cats, and everything will be fine, and all will be well.
I will have the garden, and I will do the dishes, and I will have Wi-Fi, and it's gonna be great.
There is
I'm down.
Wi-Fi,
I
and
like this a lot.
it's FiOS, so like it's great. After this game, I have to show you the great thing that I found that is my dream, and I will show it to you, and we will see what you all think of it. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. So you have investigated this southern campsite away from the river. Anything else you'd like to do?
We should probably go check this top one over by the river.
All right. Fives, do you float y'all over there?
Yes, no.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll me more perception and investigation checks.
Okay, I got distracted again. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. Perception investigation.
Perception and investigation.
What are we doing?
Perception and investigation.
To check the camp closer to the river. There's a what? What are they doing now?
What?
My husband just came upstairs and said the cats were doing something. So I was like, what are they doing now? Because Peek currently underneath the changing table clawing the carpet.
They love each other. They are cuddling and wreaking havoc across your entire house. You have doubled
honestly,
their numbers, and they will take over.
Have. They're besties. It's so cute. Anyway, sorry.
10. Okay. So this time, Sives is a little bit too interested in the things that he found at the last campsite. He's kind of looking them over, and he's not really looking around too much at what's going on or doing much investigating. He's just like pointing the disc where it needs to fly whenever Rooney asks him to move it, basically. Rooney, you're looking around still furtively. You don't find any valuables at this campsite, but you do, with a 12 investigation check, find evidence of what happened here, and it's a lot more intense than the other campsite and a lot more obvious too. Here you see half-dissolved bedrolls, what look like they might be pieces of pockmarked bone sticking up out of the sandy shoreline a little bit, and just like it looks like this camp was probably the first one hit by the Ankegs when they got here, because everywhere you see evidence of where it looks like humanoids were dragged from tents fighting and dragged underneath the sands.
That's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick question, just because I don't remember. Did Sives ever mention the ping of Arcana something or other to any of us?
I don't know. Sives, did you mention it? I think you did. I think you said I felt something over there.
I was actually just looking back at the notes there because I was like, did Nyx sense anything? I couldn't remember.
No, Nyx didn't, but Sives did. Sives?
Yes.
Did Sives ever mention that he felt Arcana in the old half collapsed building over there? Yeah, that one.
Sorry, repeat the question, please.
Did Sives mention to the other people in the group that he felt magic from over there? I think he did, but I can't quite remember. Sives?
Don't appreciate the music.
I'm sorry. One more second. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
It's all right.
You're fine.
Sure, I'm pretty sure it was one of the first things that he mentioned when we got here.
I'm almost 100% positive, yeah.
Yeah, we all did checks before we entered.
Yeah.
And I think...
That's right. He's the only one who felt the magic. He mentioned the magic and that he wanted to go look at it, but you wanted to go to the camp first to see if there were people, and then ant cakes happened.
I think that is true. Okay, well then I will mention to Sives, now that we've checked both of the camps, did you still want to go see what was going on with that magic-y thing from when we first got here, since we're already floating around and we're here?
Yes, let's do that.
Yay! Now we're going to go over here then.
Alrighty. You guys go over there. And you can either roll an investigation check or an arcana check to see if you can find the origin of it. Whatever's better for you.
Well, they're both zeros for me, so we're gonna do the one
very
we've
good,
been
very
doing.
good. And Sives can also roll an investigation or an arcana check to see if they can find the exact location of that magical ping. Alright. Sives, you've been casting a lot of magic today, and you're kind of frazzled out. You've lost most of your spell slots. You got a migraine from your book. It was very not fun. And there was some guy screeching in your ear for like 20 minutes about your spider arms. I mean, come on. Can people just get over it already? So you pretty much, you take a cursory glance, but you're not really sure where it originated from, and you can't really focus enough on that to find it just yet. But that's okay, because Rooney points you towards what looks like a half-collapsed chimney, because she sees something glinting in there.
Alright, I'm gonna use Mage Hand to see if I can grab it.
Alright, when she points it out to you, you reach out with your mage hand and sift through a little bit of the rubble and grasp whatever it is and draw it out. And it looks like a little man made out of sticks, and it's glistening with something red. It looks like red and dried, and it's got tiny little lightning bolt symbols carved into its stick arms and legs, and it's tied together but by what looks like, Rooney, as you look at it closer, human hair.
Ah!
Ha! Disturbing!
Sives, what is this? What is this thing?
Well, if I had to hazard a guess, it looks like a little person. Made of things.
And
Let me see. Let me think about it.
You guys want to do a religion or an arcana check for me, whichever you feel more comfortable with. Okay, cool. Sives knows what it is. Rooney, do you want to give it a shot?
Rooney's gonna try.
Rooney's tried pretty good. Now, both of you are coming at this from different angles. Rooney, when you look over it, you see those lightning bolt symbols, and it makes you think back to the the altar that you had just so recently been at. In fact, when you touch it, you feel the slightest little spark transfer from the idol into your hand. Just the tiniest little pinprick of that flash of blue magic that you've grown to know and dread so goddamn much. So you can feel in your heart of hearts that this is somehow related to Talos. And you, Sives, when you look at it with your arcane knowledge, it's very crude, it's very rudimentary. It's more something that you would expect of things like shamans and hedge witches to use. But you know what this is. This is a fetish that's designed to draw bad fortune upon anybody who resides near it. So, you can determine that this right here is probably the reason why all of these Ankegs who are not native to the area were drawn to this camp.
Yeah, I bet. And Side's gonna say that. I bet this is why they're here.
And Rudy's gonna go, this is because of that. This is the scary gods thing. This is the blue lightning magic.
Yeah.
I should have never touched that altar.
In the distance, you hear the crackle and boom of thunder.
Well, I dare say, if I drop you off and I bring this away from the camp, maybe everybody can walk around freely. How about that?
Where are you gonna take it?
Somewhere else.
Take it to the dragon's lair.
I'll put it in my bag. No one will know. Feed it to the dragon later.
Putting it in the bag won't draw any bad things to us.
I mean, technically it's a pocket dimension, so probably not.
That'd be lovely.
Probably not.
Probably. Mm-hmm. Sure.
Probably.
Okay.
I mean,
where
who really knows?
Do you know where you're going to put it so that it doesn't make its way back? Eh?
Well, I don't know exactly where I'm going to bring it, but I'm going to bring it away from here because then hopefully those things will follow it, and then we don't have to be so afraid.
Maybe this is even bad to just ask, but is there anything we could do to, like, not just put it somewhere, but get rid of it entirely? Like,
make an intelligence check, you two.
Excuse me. Yeah, I don't want to use the word destroy because that sounds a lot like chaos, and there was just thunder. Really terrified.
Nyx is just yelling from far away, "What did you find?"
You said intelligence.
I did. Alright. Sives, you're too wrapped up in the crude yet intricate nature of this little talisman to figure out exactly what to do with it. But Rooney, you look at it again and you look at it pretty closely, and this kind of reminds you of a story your grandmother once told you about bad juju. And in that story, people had used these little poppets to cause ill fortune or pain to other people, and it was mostly scary creatures called hags who had done it. And you remember that if you find the poppet, you must burn the poppet in order to release the people who are affected from its ill fortune.
Sives, we have to burn it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Now we're going to switch back over to Nyx and the crew real quick. Nyx, what have you guys been up to over here?
Nyx is still kind of keeping an eye out, making sure that there's, not a lot of movement, nothing, no bug sounds, and just kind of being on edge and kind of explaining to Nippy kind of what happened, because he's like, "What's going on? Why are you blue?" and wanting to hear. So she's kind of looking around and kind of telling him what happened and making sure that the manticore is okay and that Nibby's okay, and everyone's okay and kind of keeps peering over at Sives and Rooney and is like, what are they doing? What's going on?
I don't know. I can't see that far, says Donabella. I don't know what they're doing, but it can't be good.
Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Nick's messages, what are you doing?
It to Sives or Rooney?
Probably Sives, because I would think that might scare Rooney to all of a sudden hear Nix's voice.
Good choice.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Rooney's first reaction would have been, "What the fuck?"
And like fallen off the disc or something.
Yep.
And she's already done this to Sives before, and is like, "What's going on?"
And Sives, you hear this message.
Testing 1, 2. Testing. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sives, you hear this message ping in your head. What are you doing?
Well, I found a creepy little doll, and we think it's what brought all the things here, so I'm gonna burn it. But all the way over here, so I don't hurt anybody. So I'll be right back. And then Sives, goes all the way over there.
Does she leave Rooney alone?
No, drops Rooney off first, of course.
Okay. So you bring Rooney back over, at which point, Nix, you get a chance to see the creepy doll that Size is talking about. And make a religion or an arcana check for me, Nix, and Nibby can too if he wants to.
Okay, give me just a moment here. Let's do, guess that one.
Okay.
And let's do
Nix, you know about the same thing that Rooney knows about this. It's a little bit of an older kind of magic, a little bit of a cruder kind of magic, but it's very effective nonetheless. When you were studying for your profession, way back when, you saw this in things like cultists and hedge witches and creatures known as hags, which you were taught were quite evil. So this is a thing of malice, and you know it to be such. And Nibby, he doesn't know quite what it is, but he knows it's bad, and that it's full of very negative magic, and yeah, burning it's probably a good idea.
Nibby's like, I think that should be burned.
Nix, you also recognize something that the others didn't, that the red substance it's dipped in is probably human blood.
Okay, she might not, necessarily say that, but she's gonna probably say, yes, I think that needs to be burned, and you may want to wash your hands after touching that.
Bloodborne pathogens.
Now, does it have to be like magic fire or regular fire?
Regular fire would work just fine. You guys have rolled enough to know that regular fire would work just fine.
Fire that they can make out of their hands right now.
Yeah, that fire. Sives?
Because Nyx can produce flame.
Nyx can produce flame.
Nyx can produce flame. I think that's that's a cantrip. So she can be like, do you need fire?
Sives, Nyx is offering you fire. Sives?
I'm here, I'm sorry.
That's cool. Nyx is offering you fire.
Destroy the scary thing.
So, fire. Going to use fire, right?
Right.
Do you want to burn it here or leave? I don't know what's going to happen when we do burn it.
Do any of us know what would happen, or?
You know that the magic connected to the doll is going to cease and whatever ill fortune that was drawing it here will also cease. You don't know if there would be any other effects, but that is the main effect that would happen. As far as you can tell, it's just an attractor of ill fortune.
I think
How far does produce flame work?
I think itself, you produce it on yourself in your hand.
Right, but I can throw it, I think. But I think it's only for like 30 feet. Okay, never mind.
I mean, I think anywhere is probably fine. I would suggest somewhere that fire has been before, so either one of the fireplaces or like one of the campfire spots, just so that we're not setting anything else on fire accidentally.
We could put it in the campfire spot, and then we could all throw fire at it. Those of us that knows the magic for that, which is you three. And she points at Donna, Bella, Nix, and Sives.
Right. Well, how about Nix and Donabella go over there because they are more adept at fire than I am.
I'm really good at fire. Donabella gets excited.
Indeed. So Size is gonna go ahead and.
So Donabella will take the little thing from you. Are we walking over or? Because that's pretty far. We won't be able to get far enough if it's just me and Nix on the desk.
Maybe either Sives and Donabella or Sives and Nix should go over. Donabella's smaller, so it might be more comfortable in the disc.
Yeah.
You guys would have to do your lay flat again thing.
Yeah.
Eagle!
Yes, so Sives steps off of the disc and allows Nix and Donabella to go up, and because they're smaller, they should probably be able to go over together rather easily.
They are smaller, but the disc...
Size has to be with the disc, right?
Yeah, it can't go more than 20 feet away from you.
That's true. That's true. Then it just stops moving.
I'm
gonna try to sneak along.
Okay, that works. Alright, so Donabella and Nix are on the disc, and Sives is stealthing. Stealth for me, Sives! Good job, Sives. We'll see if that works.
Probably won't.
Well, you don't have to go quite as far, so you might be able to go to, like, here where we went before and hope that nothing showed up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that works.
Alright. You guys get over there. Donabella tosses the little thing into the fire pit. And then you guys float back a little bit so you're out of the range of badness. Okay? And then Donabella creates a firebolt in her hands and waits for Nix's signal to launch.
All right, I guess on the count of 3.
Ready.
1,
2, 3.
3.
And she tosses her firebolt.
Do we roll?
No, you don't have to roll. It
Okay.
does not have any AC. You toss she tosses her firebolt, and are you using produce flame or casting a firebolt as well?
Firebolt, since yeah.
Okay. So you both cast firebolt at this thing, and it erupts in a small pillar, surprisingly tall, of flame. It shoots up about 10 foot high, and at first it's hot and red, but then it slowly turns purple, and then blue, and then it grows higher and higher and higher until you hear a rumble of thunder, and there is a crack. And it's no longer flame going up, it's lightning coming down and scorching the earth where the doll had once been. And then the big rumble of booming thunder rolls overhead as big fat raindrops start falling down. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
That means we need to go!
Also glad you didn't give it to me to hold with my produce fire.
All right. Well, I hope you guys all had fun tonight.
I was super distracted the entire time. I'm so sorry, but I had fun.
It's all right,
Especially
Size.
terrifying the old man.
You have icy reason to be distracted. You keep fiddling with your spider arm. You gotta get the strings just right. Every time you try to move it, some of the arms try to move independently of the other, so it just wiggles everything out of whack, and you gotta keep fixing it. All right.
Oh,
Well,
that was so good.
I hope
So natural.
everybody had a good time tonight. I know that I did. Next time we'll see if the gods decide to murder all of you. But
Coming for me. I don't know.
yeah. But,
Yeah.
yeah. But anywho, that was really fun. I hope you all had some wonderful fun. And hey, nobody died this time.
Close.
So very close. But no dice.
No dice. All right.
Thank you from all of us here at Dragons, also maybe Dungeons. We will see you next week at the appointed time. Also, I may soon be starting a stream up on Wednesdays for another group that me and Nyx are going to be in, where we will be players instead of, we will both be players instead of me being a dungeon master and her being a player. That will be starring our IRL dungeon master, Kalith, who used to DM for us when Barnes & Nobles was still open and doing its Tuesday Dungeons & Dragons runs. So we'll see how that goes. You'll also feature my son, so hopefully you guys are prepared for very vivid descriptions of how he's ripping the hearts out of the things that he kills, because that's how he rolls. Yep. All right, everybody. Good night out there.
Good night.